We're gonna unmute and get rid of the artist stuff. And realize my camera is pointed too fucking high toward the ceiling. There we go. Alright, guys, we are back in Starfinder. Welcome back, everyone. It's gonna be a good time. We are we're gonna have some new characters in this campaign, having only two of the original members of the Tuna here. I have us starting out on this old map because some old memories here. Problems up in the Vescarium. Tarika, back when you guys had her hiding out in the diaspora in multiple places. Show being on Absalom Station. Sinjin, that old dog. The Horse Eyes Station where you first stole the originally named Oliphant, quickly renamed the Tuna. And, you know, kind of absconded on your guys' original adventure across Fly, Free, or Die. Going from essentially like glorified company delivery men, real Amazon delivery men type vibes. You guys went all over the Pact Worlds, doing jobs, running from syndicates, running from rich Callistocrats, people coming after you, Edge Corps, the EJ Corporation. And in the end, I mean, despite all that, you guys got away pretty scot-free after the Battle of Smuggler's Moon. Defeated Sinjin, the head of this criminal consortium, who is the Golden League, who is, like, riddled with magical tattoos and all this cool other stuff. Had a bunch of really big scores, and most importantly, you never had to give up the special tech that you guys had stolen in the first place. Those lovely extra-dimensional cargo holds that are bigger on the inside. Now, it has been a decent amount of time since last we saw the crew. Months and months, more than 9 months have fucking passed since the Battle of Smuggler's Moon. And in the interim, different crew members left. Most notably of Where One Wind is actually where we're going to start today. And that is that Scorpio Sky, after managing to kind of free his longtime on and off again paramour Show, from being essentially like an indentured servant for her craft. They are getting married at the Big Show Cabaret on Absalom Station. I'm gonna change us over to that map, and let's get down to business, guys. There's gonna be a lot of familiar faces here. Feel free to zoom in, pan around. The only people that are really on the map to start with, in terms of players that you guys control or have controlled, are Scorpio. Next to his, but an hour ago, wife, Show. Refine and Shaw, you guys could be wherever you think you would be. You could be out on, I had you out on the dance floor to start with. And let's get into things. Let's change it up. Let's change up the vibes. We're not spooky in space. We're getting some music going. It's a party. It's the after party at the Big Show Cabaret, guys. You see there is dancing. There's drinks. Libations are flowing. Fully stocked bar, and Scorpio didn't skimp on it. It's an open bar, guys. You can get whatever the hell you want. You see there are familiar faces abounding from your months and months in the last campaign going around the galaxy. There's some regular club goers too here, or that I'm gonna presume Show and Scorpio befriended over the intervening time, and definitely aren't extra tokens because I thought it looked a little too empty, despite the fucking so many NPCs that you guys let live and know. Definitely not filling out that kind of space. Zoom out on stream so we can see all this big, wonderful area aglow. Scorpio has done beautiful work with this. All right. Coming in to the game, we're going to do a little person-by-person type of thing. But first up, I'm going to toss it over to Scorpio first. Scorpio, do you think there's any final, like, cheers you, like, get the guest attention for? Or are you just enjoying the party vibes with Sho at your side?
Well, I think, like, here, Scorpio will ask the DJ to turn down the music, and he'll stand up and he'll say, uh, first off, I want to say thank you, everyone, for coming. It's so great to see you all here after, everything that happened. Some longtime friends, some enemies become friends, and just some brand new friends. So I would like to propose a toast to all new friends.
There is a, like, roar from the crowd, glasses clink, people raise various glasses high. You see Varenve, the dragon you guys did work for, just lets out this roar that, like, shakes the rafters a little bit. It looks like she currently has a keg with a straw kind of fastened to that necklace she has on. Just so that she is, like, capable of drinking. A little worrying, having a sauce dragon, but it is what it is. Even Tank, the Aglian intelligent fish collective, that befriended our sniper in the old campaign, they seem to be kind of unclear how they're doing it, just floating ambiently in a ball of water. You see every so often...
Refine is responsible for that.
Yeah, you see Refine, like, every so often, just, like, tossing a long-lasting grenade out there. You see a couple of servers look confused, and every so often just kind of, like, cautiously pour, like, a mixed drink into the bubble. And, like, the Aglians just duck by, grab it. Alright. As the party gets going, a little background for you guys. I'm not going to get into all of it, because I think some of it will come up as our campaign progresses. But following Smuggler's Moon, as other members of the crew went their separate ways, Shaw and Refine took some time off to relax, big old month-long vacation. Shaw, like, spending time in this, like, beautiful resort hovering over Bertheda, Sapphire Horizons, with Severana, the Callistocrat, and kind of more solidly Paramore in name instead of just vibe by the end of the last campaign. Sorry. Refine, you had finally gone into, like, the infosphere, this, like, android abolitionist movement, and you guys remain in contact as you worked to design a new starship, incorporating the best aspects of both the Tuna and the Risen, which was the kind of flagship of Sinjin that you guys boarded and fucking took out at the end of Fly Free or Die. I'll skip over some stuff, but you guys have been going around, and recently you have put out the call for new crew members. We gotta populate this lovely new ship, and you need the best of the best to pull that off. Now, I'm gonna toss it over to Refine. Refine, what do you think you're doing at the party right now? What's the vibe?
I think Refine just has, like, a thing on their kind of multi-tool phone communicator thing that just is pinging whenever they need to refresh the thing for Tank.
Hell yeah.
But
hell yeah.
more than that, they're probably just surfing the infosphere, probably doing some, like, technical reading.
Nice. Got some good specs loaded up on there.
Yeah.
As you kind of post up in the corner here, just kind of, like, enjoying the ambient vibes of the party, but doing your own thing. Shaw, I see you have posted up over here in a booth with, Severana, Zeldern, and Ratrod. Now, Severana, as we know already, we just talked about it, Callistocrat, your paramour. Zeldern, was this You guys have really seen a drow gangster with like a gut until you saw this man. But this was one of Sinjin's brothers, his family, with a beer gut. After their falling out, he had run to Smuggler's Moon, and you guys enlisted his help. And he is getting you guys off clean bill of sale. You know, you guys don't need to deal with the consortium anymore. And he seems to be, honestly, I think in terms of this, he looks like he's slimmed down a little bit and is living a better life. Next to you, way more greasy and dirty, like clearly tried to put on some nice clothes but didn't really succeed, is Rat Rod. You guys remember this was the like fucking junker on Absalom Station that was running this weird like junk car race course that you guys went to and did some odd jobs for. You see he is just like calling waiters over, and these weird grimy drinks that you see like there's some sediment in them for sure. What's Shaw up to in this booth?
I think obviously you posted up there to spend time with Severana,
Yeah,
but also
for
I
sure.
think among a lot of them, I would probably be asking if Zeldern had taken, for lack of a better term, custodianship of Smuggler's Moon, and I think I'd be talking shop with them, because Severana runs her mining conglomerate. Zeldern is a businessman of questionable legality, but a businessman nevertheless.
Fair.
And I assume Rat Rod runs what we will charitably refer to as a salvage operation. I think we'd be discussing various kinds of business and among things, and Shaw's keeping an idea for where's places for work and things like that. And then obviously on top of that, simply just trying to enjoy Severana's company. And I think Scorpio might notice that Shaw is actually having champagne instead of one of his usual apocalyptically
I was
strong
wondering
cocktails.
what kind of drink you're gonna have. All right, so we're rocking some champagne. I think you see Severana has some as well. Cheers you with the flute. Severana.
Around,
Oh, go ahead.
I think around her, Shaw tries to stay away from the drinks that'll set up a radiological alarm.
It's fair. I will say, despite I thought about just retinting the art, but I wasn't sure if that was kosher or not with her. Might commission some new art for her. But you do see, I'll say actually, give me just a perception check on her first. Let's get our first fucking roll out here.
Hells yeah.
26. Hell yeah. Okay. Looking over her outfit, you see kind of similar level of opulence and wealth, but her clothes have changed. They're much more the picture of like understated wealth, like when someone is wearing a suit that is thousands of dollars but like isn't flashy. Like it's just clearly a very well made outfit. She's got this like rather tight dress of just deep blue, like so blue that it is almost black, with gold trim, a bit more of like a burnished gold than this bright gold that she had as a Callistocrat. And it occurs to you that you like the main outfit, but you even look at like her earrings, other like accoutrement, her like data pad, communication devices. None of them really seem to have the aesthetic of a Callistocrat at the moment.
I think I would comment to her, "Loving the new look, darling."
She looks around at the rest of the people in the booth. Go ahead.
If she doesn't want to talk privately, I'd be fine if she wants to talk privately someplace.
She's like, we'll get to that later. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think you get the sense that like she has more to say on the subject. But I will say Zeldern does kind of respond with you just being like, oh yeah, I took custody of Smuggler's Moon. I've been running my branch. You know, there's a lot of families and branches of the Golden League, but I've been running my branch out of there.
Understood.
If you ever need a base of operations or just to swing by, happy to have you.
Be delighted to take you up on that. Hopefully we'll be back out in the void here soon. But had some complications most recently with our last job. Didn't go too well, so we'll be looking for some folks here soon.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to hear from you. Alright. As you are having this conversation, you see Severana look at her data pad, kind of frowns, like taps it like it's not working. She's like, what the hell? That can't be right. And as she says that, we kind of pan out of the club, out onto like the busy streets of Absalom's entertainment district out in the ring. And up on a rooftop nearby, in the dark, we see a new character to all of us. Well, that is to say, we see him standing behind these two kind of gun gray steel looking robots. These seem to be perhaps some type of SRO. Maybe they're sentient, maybe they're not. You see they have these strange curved sickle blades on their waists, and they appear to just kind of be like on the roof opposite the club, just monitoring the entrance. The new figure comes up behind them, and without needing any rolls here, I'm going to toss this over to one of our new characters. Scythe, how do you think you efficiently and quickly just dispatch the pair of these sickles?
Let's see. I would know they have some weak points. The sickle droids are mass-produced and obviously worse, so I would know where to target their actuators. That I could just do a couple quick stabs and get rid of them.
Blur of blade work, so precise, knowing exactly where to strike. Bit of sparks kind of spray out as you stab into these weak points. Their like eye lenses flicker as they jerk and just collapse onto the roof. You put a boot up on the edge of the rooftop. You see the club across the way. And if the advertisements that you've gotten are correct, well, there's an android inside Refined 12 who needs a crew. And I think we see you, do you think how do you get to the ground? Do you think you just like scale the fire escape, or you can do something else?
I have a jetpack.
Alright,
Yeah, I could just use to...
You see people like, oh, holy shit, like moving out of the way in this busy thoroughfare. I'm gonna make a roll here for me. You see one of like station security look over, look up at like a dangling robot arm, sees you, and it's just like, not today. I'm not getting paid enough for that, and just like turns the other way as you walk into the club. So I am gonna put Scythe. Put your token over here at the entrance to the club. And let's keep it pushing. All right. Next up, we got some temporary art today. And while we're at it, I didn't pop up Shaw. We saw this cool new token. Here is Shaw's brand new art of our big armored Vesk. Put it in the opening stream thing for people to see, but this is art by Lynn Romanov. I did have her website at the beginning. If anyone watching wants to get art like this, fucking hit us up. It's awesome. And I will have similar messages once our next character gets his official art. We'll use temporary token this time. Rin, between you and Refine, do you think you're just answering these advertisements, or have you and Refine talked already?
Oh, I think I probably would have talked.
All right. I will say, yeah, you guys have been exchanging messages. Refine, do you think you have any particular instructions for Rin on, like, how to get over here?
Is Rin coming from anywhere in particular, or just like how to come to the building?
I imagine you're probably, at a transport hub after a last job, Rin. Like, you're just you could pretty much get like a cab or the equivalent anywhere around here via public transit. But also Refine, you would know like there are other people here. Like it's kind of an open bar party. Like it's not explicitly exclusive. It's kind of the vibe of the club. So it's not unreasonable that he could come in.
Yeah, then I think I would just you know.
I also know that
So-
Refine would particularly care.
No, Refine would not care at all. I think Refine would just say, you know, come in and I'll introduce you to the captain of the ship.
Hell yeah. I think Scythe coming in, I'm gonna say moving over to the bar at least first, getting a look around. And Rin, you've been communicating with Refine already, so you just head straight over. We don't have the official art for you yet, but what's Rin's vibe? What do you give us some details on his looks?
I think. Do you want to just share the initial sketch, or do we just wait for the reveal for the full one?
I feel like let's wait till the full one. I feel like that'd be cooler.
Okay, yeah. Sort of like a really old-looking elf. Sort of.
Definitely has like that. At least like the
It's kind
like
of a
the start. Sorry, go ahead.
Kind of like more of a drifter vibe.
Yeah.
Sort of like old.
It's got that
leather
long duster coat looking thing.
Over a flight suit. Plenty of like pouches for ammos. Large hand cannon. Actually, I don't think you would see the hand cannon.
Presumably holstered
odd.
somewhere.
It's in a hideaway limb.
Oh, god damn it.
A quick draw hideaway limb.
We love quick draw hideaway limbs.
Plenty of augments, like a rebreather on. Some arcane looking augmentations for his eyes.
Hell yeah. So you're heading over there. Severana, well, it's like, excuse me, Shaw, I'll be right back. She kind of like goes by, waves at Tarika in one of the nearby booths, things like that. Fuck! We did rework one of the items to be more like portent rolls from 5e. It's pretty good portents right off the bat, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
that's
bad,
helpful.
not bad.
We love to see it. So before we get to like Rin heading up to Refine, Scythe spotting the other member of the crew that's on this advertisement, heading over to Shaw. But before we get
I
to
don't
that,
know if Shaw, did you recruit Scythe through the ads, or did you recruit Scythe a different way?
Ben, you tell me if this is my thought was that
Okay.
I kind of felt like I'd heard about Scythe through Tasalu, given that Tasalu's big on the SRO crowd. I think
Oh,
he
yeah, for
might
sure.
have said that he might have a line on a capable hired gun.
all right, to Salu, fucking, he's at the wedding. He'll come over and make the introductions.
I think that makes sense, just because I think that there's no way Shaw would co-sign the ads that Refine created.
You are not wrong.
You wouldn't co-sign them.
I think, to be fair,
Fucking wild,
as we said in the epilogue in the Pathfinder one, I'd be like, Refine, we really need to have a discussion about this. You get some of the less than reputable sorts respond to this kind of ad.
I'm telling you, this is what all the ads look like. Is that not what they're supposed to be?
It's just got like a bunch of like buzzwords, like that, like when you put like a bunch of hashtags at the end of like a TikTok, like,
And the hand wavy emojis.
yeah, like
Yep.
tons of money,
Hand wave emoji.
good crew, hashtag fast ship.
The ads would look like a sketchy pop-up ad on a computer system.
Oh my god.
Not
I love
not
it if, like,
because
Scaring away a competent, like you scare a competent, it's like, what the fuck? Is this a pop-up? Like, I'm gonna do another shit.
not because like Refine is trying to scam, or that Refine doesn't understand their scam pop-up ads, but because Refine assumes that the scam pop-up ads would be designed to look like proper ads.
Okay.
Backwards logic, I like it.
Incredible logic. Before we get to these conversations between these two, I think we pan over to the bar. At the bar, we see this lovely little skitterbander in like a suit, fucking like shaking a cocktail thing. There's only a couple people at the bar right now. We see Atraxa. You guys remember her? She was in that like crazy when you guys went to like do space mining with like the animals out in like the asteroid belt. And Rashay, the like maybe undead with glowing smoking eyes lady, from when you all first met the Wintermorn crew at the Urgathoan nightclub. You guys see she's sipping on something that looks poisonous. But Yatraxo turns to the other bartender in a lovely red suit, and it's like, oh hey, can I get another one of those, one of the dwarven ciders that's on tap? And we see our next character. Yo, I'm gonna pop up your art, but do you want to say anything about your character?
Sure. I would say you see Yo is like effortlessly like working the various taps, like got pulling the glass like here, and then while that's happening, they're putting another one in the dishwasher, and like all four hands are very busy, working very intricately. Very skilled with their hands, and you see them wearing, like this very nice suit, like pressed white pants, fancy red blazer, button-down shirt, pink bow tie, their face mask, very nice silk covered in very intricate hand-sewn pink and white Kasathan patterns, and probably what they are probably most proud of and like showing off most is like these like buckled, slightly heeled black leather shoes. It's like. It's like, here you go, sir. It's like, and we'll hand that over to you. Now, is this for you or is this for one of the attendees? I mean, if you have one, I won't tell. And you get a bit of a playful wink.
He's like, for one of the attendees, but thank you. You kind of looking around at the attendees here, I think you see some of the heaviest drinkers are the dragon. There seems to be a lot of heavy drinking going on at this table over here, which you guys would know is the crew of the Wintermorn, who have all come out to show their support. But yeah, you kind of keep an eye on all these different tables, what they might need. I'm going to kind of pan around so we can see a few more people. You guys might end up talking to, you might not. It's up to you. But another booth, we have Agavana Stoneblood, the undead Vesk, who is like leading a revolution, along with Luxrana and Veriv, those other freedom fighter spies you guys met aboard the Callistocrat station. Runo Pratt, a high-level diplomat. Adani and Carmelar, you guys might remember those are the couple that owned the ranch that you guys went to. I think it was right after the ranch we went to Refine, actually. Varenve.
I think it was during the job for the ranch.
Okay, it was
Yeah,
right
that's
around
right, yeah.
that time. I remember like it being like
Because-
ranch dusty when you showed up. Like those
Yeah,
vibes.
because I remember Refine was helping with the combat in the like barn of the ranch. Anyway,
Okay. And then also just a couple other people, like there's Eska. She's the tattoo artist you guys met with the magical tattoos. Shan, Tarika's daughter. Brick Handerslug, that handyman. You guys did a little bit of work for him. Tarika, the one who got you all the jobs originally. Tsulu Ratrod, that's most of the big names here. And of course the tank, the Aglian Collective. But yo, I'm gonna say give me a perception check as you're behind the bar.
I would say as Yo's doing that, they're very good with this sort of thing. So it's like while they make themselves look busy. So what they're start their next run going around the floor for drinks. So they're getting a couple trays, some flutes, filling those each with champagne, and then some other glass filling them with the signature drink of the Big Show Cabaret. Of course, shows Galaxy's famous. Galaxy's Best Margarita asterisk, which the asterisk means not legal. We can't legally say this is actually the
We
Galaxy's
can't
Best Margarita.
confirm this, but we do like it.
It's like the thing is, like, Scorpio wanted to do it, but that, like, the lawyer he has on retainer is like, sir, you can't say it's the galaxy's best margarita. Well, why not? It is. It's like, sir, please, you have to put this thing. It's like, well, why? It is the best. Just,
That lawyer is struggling.
it's like, the only reason he stays on is because, you know, they pay him. So.
Oh yeah, they're fucking paying him well.
All right, perception check.
Yeah, do it.
It's been a hot minute. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Off to a great start.
And some things don't change.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary besides just a rockin' party at the moment. Okay.
So, yep, Yo will start. So they'll take the two hands with the trays of drinks, and then I guess probably
The
first
most
go
efficient
around,
waiter.
Here, yep. Go over towards where Refine and Rin here. Be like, welcome to the Big Show Cabaret. Would you like a champagne or a margarita?
It's an open bar. Refine, Rin, do you guys want a drink? Hello?
I think Refine probably would not
Okay.
be drinking at the moment. Yeah.
Same.
Alright. They refuse. And... okay, hold on. Okay. Alright. I will say as you are going around delivering drinks, as you walk up, you see Tasalu, Scythe, and Shaw. I'm gonna pop up Tasalu's art for you guys. And I tried to make a separate folder for you guys as like old contacts. Which I'm going to alphabetize. I forgot to do that earlier. This dragonkin, cigar in mouth, piercings, very wealthy looking. You guys remember this is the guy who ran the Click Clack Club. It was a VR club and was a big proponent of SROs and kind of technically enhanced individuals as well.
Yep.
Right.
Yo will once again walk up, sort of like situate themselves, just sort of like just outside, both in arm's reach. Be like, would you want like a drink? Champagne? Margarita?
One of the margaritas, please.
Tasalu's like, oh, champagne sounds lovely.
And, you know, they'll, with one arm, just hold out the tray of champagne towards Shaw, and the other one with the margaritas towards Salu.
Reverse that, but yes.
Yeah. You guys grab your respective drinks. I think Zeldern probably grabs one. Yo, as you walk away from this one, we're gonna go to Scythe and Shaw's conversation. But I think you would hear whispers as you're going to the next tables of them starting to talk about, like, Tasalu, not super quietly, it's just like, this is the one I'm planning to bring over to you, Shaw, looking for a new crew after all. So you do hear that yell, and like, there's a crew being put together. Scythe, Shaw, I believe you had an introduction in mind.
All right, so some context here for Shaw. Scythe is his gun is not in his holster. It is in his arms, kind of like in his token. He's not aiming at anyone. He is exercising some trigger discipline, but his gun is not holstered currently. You don't know what kind of fluid is on his bayonet, but it is coolant. And he's just walking up to you, gun out, liquid on the bayonet, and he will look at you and say, "Query, are you the meatbag known as Captain Shaw?"
Shaw looks over at Tasalu. He's a charmer, isn't he? Yes, I am.
He's good at what he does.
So I see. So, yes.
Explanation. Evgenia Jameson Corporation has substandard duplicates of me running around all over the galaxy corroding my good name. It is my responsibility to destroy them as I see them.
Interesting. So you have
How
past history
loud
with
do you say
Edgecorp.
that?
Hmm?
How loud do you say that?
It's just like pretty loud, actually.
Like, definitely too loud for like a normal conversation volume.
I think hearing that Espy's gonna just like climb up and walk over and just like sit on the couch next to Shaw.
Okay. Shaw, give me a perception.
And of course display the little hand wave emoji.
Okay, you do the little hand wave emoji. I would say everyone focused on this conversation. Now give me a perception check. So whoever thinks they are interested in this.
Yeah, it's like Yo's just sort of like staying in the area, and she's like handing off like drinks to like Trika and Severana.
Severana like is reaching for a drink, hears that, and oh my god, Rin, you don't know these people. You lock in, you see like, wow, that woman over there in the dark blue looks pissed and is coming and is listening in on this Scythe conversation. Refine and Shaw also notice that. She starts to walk over. Not quickly, but like you can tell she's listening more intently now. She kind of waves you away, yo. Anyway, continue.
Shaw chuckles a bit at that. Well, if you have some history with Edgecorp and are proficient with the tools you carry, then we can have some discussion. And I think with so I would ask him, what's your business? What's your past history with Edgecorp? We have some interesting relations with them, as it were.
Explanation. Evgenia Jameson has been producing a copied version of myself that is cheaper and more streamlined. It is trying to put my model out of business with cheaper, inferior models.
And what? All right.
Inferior models.
Shaw thinks about this for a moment. He's like, I guess here's the major question. You, given the extent to which your discussion of references of meatbag, are you able to work as part of a crew? Main thing I have to know is that you're able to work alongside the rest of us, and I don't have to worry about you as a liability.
Explanation. Given that you have a past history with Evgenia Jameson, I believe that following around on your crew is my best path to unadulterated violence.
Shaw almost chuckles a little bit at that one. Perhaps. As long as you can direct that a bit. Shaw smiles and kind of taps the spider web of scars across his face. I'm no particular stranger to it, but as long as we direct it, you direct it carefully, I think we can deal.
Answer. Oh, of course. I am not a simple butcher. I'm more of an artist.
We'll come back to that. So, and I'll probably ask him a few more questions, without role playing, some technical skills, like shipboard gunnery, things like that. So, some more of the more job interviewee type stuff.
All right. You guys were in that. Severana's gonna come back and quietly sit over here. While that's going on, Tsulu's like, well, seems things have gone well, and is just gonna back up on out of here. I think he goes back and sits at the bar, honestly. Sorry. Rin, we're gonna cut over to you and Refine. What does Rin say as he walks up to prospective crewmate?
You mean up to Refine?
Yeah. I do indeed.
So you're the one who posted the ad?
I am. Hello, I'm Refine 12. Are you interested in joining a crew traveling the void, making deliveries and not covering the engine room in peanut butter?
Well, I'm not a fan of peanut butter, and I'm a fan of making money.
Then I think we will work wonderfully together.
Refined
The
so
captain's up
in.
at the booth. The captain is up at the booth behind us and may have some more questions for you, but I think it sounds great.
You know, I was half certain this was just another scam. But I took the chance given your crew's reputation for big scores.
If this was like a
It
movie,
is-
we cut back to like a view of Rin's screen, and it's just like the most obvious scam-looking email ever.
I think Refine is just gonna look up and say, "What do you think I could have done to make it seem less like a scam for next time?"
I'm just pulling up the ad right now so I can. I'd say give more details, give a bit more. I think your requirements need to be more about skills rather than peanut butter.
That, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and I think Refine is just like taking notes.
And maybe don't put click here now to apply.
Click here now to apply
Well, that-
is fucking crazy.
It's I did read it up, but it looks so sketchy.
Definitely send that to me. That's fucking incredible.
I did send it to you all.
oh,
Let me
maybe
go find it.
You sent it a while back, yeah.
It might have been a while back.
Yeah.
I've been compiling a lot of things.
No, that's fine. I'll ping you with it.
That is really good. I think as you say that, Show does wave Yo over, and she's like, "Oh, we are running out of the peanut butter and jelly uncrustable canapes. If you could circulate some more of those with the kitchen."
Oh, yes, of course. And by the way, and they'll lean over towards us. You know, thanks. Here, look, I haven't introduced myself yet. You know, I kind of want to show off my skills. See how long
Marcus,
it takes
you're-
them to notice me. You know, getting in with them.
Okay. She's
Marcus,
like,
you're really
So-
quiet right now.
I can hear him. Oh, I have his volume turned up though. So.
Oh. Sorry. So yep, Yo will, she'll, they'll go into the kitchen, loop, grab a new tray of canapes, and walking over, just not really understanding, like here, we'll once again walk over towards Refine and Rin, and be like, "Would you like some Uncrustables?"
Just like smacks them away.
No, thank you. Please, no. Let's not do that.
Let's
That's
not do
the way.
that. All right. As you guys finish that, I'm gonna cut back over to just past this little wall here, to Severana, and Severana, she is gonna turn to Zeldern and Ratrod, and is like, Mr. Zeldern and Ratrod, if you could give us the booth, I had some things I wanted to discuss with these gentlemen. And I was like, no one have to tell me twice. I'll head out. I'll see you around the party. He's gonna head out. Ratrod's like, I'm gonna go find more drinks, and just like, truly at just like a dead sprint, moves away from the booth.
Shaw tops off her champagne.
She taps her data pad that you saw her looking at when she kind of freaked out earlier, and she's just like, so, you're the one that took out the robots I purchased?
Explanation. Yes, I did.
You know, those were not cheap.
Disagreement. The sickle droids are all cheap.
She kind of like quirks an eyebrow at that, and she just turns to Shaw and she's like, "Is he going to be coming along on your next job?"
Well, he seems. That was the initial plan, and certainly after what happened with this last one, I could certainly use a combat specialist. I can. So Shaw looks over. I can reimburse you for the damages. So.
Very well. If you could call Refine over any more of your crew that's here. We have some business to discuss.
Sounds good. I'll wave Refine over.
And
Refine will
Yo just
tell
sort
tell
of,
Rin to come along.
yep, Yo will work the way over. Be like, would anyone like some Uncrustables?
Oh, it's alright. Thank you very much.
Refine will just say to Shaw, "By the way, Shaw, this is Rin, who responded to that ad I posted. I think they will make a great addition to the crew. And also, while this is happening, I think you see that Espy just like climbs onto Refine and just like almost walks into Refine's arm and becomes a tattoo on the arm."
That's a new upgrade.
Yes. I got the upgrade from Eska, who's over there on the dance floor. It is quite effective. It's quite nice.
As you're walking nearby, Yo, Severana pauses. She's like, Yo, correct?"
Yes, ma'am. And they'll give a very honorable, curt bow, like actually, like right here, like right halfway at the waist. Forgive me and allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Yo. I am a server here at the Big Show Cabaret. Server and host when the need arises. My pronouns are they, them.
Pleasure to meet you.
She nods. She turns to you. She's like, "I was actually talking to Scorpio Sky about this one. Yo, if your employers, Scorpio and Show, are to be believed, you are incredibly personable and are very capable in interlocution and person-to-person interactions. Would you say that's correct?"
Indeed, I am. From what the two of them have told me, especially Mr. Sky, he has told me that during your previous adventures, you were somewhat lacking in someone with my talents, and they use their two free hands to sort of like proudly adjust their bow tie and puff out their chest.
Shaw smiles.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Shaw chuckles a little bit at that. He's not wrong.
Severana turns to you and she's like, "Indeed, they are not wrong, and that is why I was going to recommend you bring Yo here with you to what I'm about to tell you. So, Yo, and not Sickle, then. You said you were...
Explanation. My name is Scythe. I'm a sentient combat ytterbium-threaded heuristic exterminator model.
She kind of like takes a second to like process that. She's like, "Very well, Scythe. If a lot of you could come take a seat as well."
Ah, yes. So, well, since I guess no one's these, let me return this to the kitchen real quick, and then they'll just quickly jog over, pop the canapes of Crustables there, then return.
Gotta have the Uncrustable.
And then as they approach, you'll see Yo will reach all four of their arms into the inside of their blazer, and seemingly out of like what is probably either the same or several different pockets in each pull out a business card, and I guess toss one to Shaw, Scythe, and Refine.
That's so good. A little business card for each person from each hand is fucking great.
and you just see it toss at each of you, and it's the same red as their blazer, and sort of like in gold on one side, you see just sort of like this chibi anime version of their face doing like a flirty wink, and the V for victory sign. On the other side, it has their actual full name in fancy gold font on here. It says Yo Julia Sabu, 8th rank of the Aspis Consortium, apprentice to the great Lupin III.
Hell yeah. Because often have very long titles. You love to see it. As he passes out, Severana kind of gestures to one of the spare parts of the couch to you. And you see she seems to adjust one of her gloves, which is kind of like that like very deep black, like or blue, almost black fabric. Seems to pull out a loose golden thread. You see she at first she's just like fixing her outfit. She twirls it in a circle, and it kind of expands into this thin gold halo that floats up and circles your booth, and you hear like all of the various like music and party chatter kind of like fade away into the background. And a little more creepy than I meant, but there you go. He kind of like she's like, I just put up a simple barrier so that we may talk freely and without worry of notice of conversation. She kind of like is looking at Scythe, who is speaking so loud. Now, I am honestly quite happy to see Shaw and Refine. You all are gathering a crew about yourselves again. I think it's good for you. I have both news and information and a proposal. Shaw, you complimented my outfit this evening. I think you knew there was a bit more to it than that. Well, it's quite all right. If anyone that I know can pry, it is you. I have taken a leave of the Callistocracy. The mantras and goals that they have in all their golden splendor are not entirely to my dislike, but, well, we have strayed in certain other philosophies. For instance, I don't necessarily believe that the prophets of Callistrade, as Callistocrats are also called, well, let's say I've come to value relationships more than I did previously. The desire to hoard resources, and as you met Elaine Rysora and the others who are trying to achieve their various forms of immortality. Elaine Rysora, who caused you guys no end of problems. That doesn't necessarily interest me as much. I want to live my own life and spend my wealth how I see fit, but let's be clear, I do still greatly enjoy having that wealth. And that is why, when I sense that the iron is hot on a new enterprise, a new line of credits and trade, I want to jump on that opportunity. You all have done work in the Pact Worlds and near space. How much have you... You haven't done too much in the Vast. Is that correct?
I think we helped We did a little bit.
You did do a little bit
in the Vast. We helped out someone who was doing illegal I forget. It was like illegal something in like a field of something, like a magnetic storm or something.
I think that was where we met up. We were gonna do the delivery for one of the jobs, and that was where the weird with the planet with the weird gravity where we got ambushed by the assassins.
It's also where you met.
No.
That's a different
No,
one.
this was before that.
It's near where you guys met Yatraxo, the woman at the bar, who was doing like the
Yeah.
illegal asteroid stuff with like the various animals there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we met Yatraxo actually in the Vast.
I think.
Yeah.
I think we met her in the Veskarium, but her job took us to the Vast. Something like either. I think we only did.
Yeah.
I don't think we've.
I know you
ventured
spent
much
time
past
with
their
her
space.
in the Vast. I am currently blanking on whether I think it's one of those two. Either you met her there or she
Either way.
brought you out.
It,
Yeah,
it
one of the
wasn't very much time that we spent there.
There
No,
was some
We
illegal
spent.
resource gathering.
yeah, it was the
Yeah.
illegal star metal mining.
Oh yes. We spent a little bit of time in the Vast, but not too much.
Well,
I mean, I've spent a fair amount of time out there myself, but that was before.
very well. I have come into some information from various contacts, business people, and just trolling the shipping lanes for information. There is a system out in the Vast that I've had some colleagues do a bit of business with, and they came to tell me about it as soon as they had discovered it. The system itself is called Fisundis. At least that is the closest common translation that my contacts were able to understand. Specifically, it seems like they had docked and done trade on Visundis 1. The planet's closest to the central star of that system.
What kind of trade were we talking here?
Well, they came back with some quite curious goods. It is my understanding, I mean, not often, but I have certain shipping routes and contacts that will ply the Vast, try to find new trade routes, and I'll send them out with goods that I think would be of interest to a variety of species. There is, of course, the rich mineral extraction that my mining operations produce. I use some of the profits to purchase alcohol, is often a very primary one, spices, things that I imagine a lot of different humanoids or even non-humanoid in structure could use. They applied their trade, these merchants, and returned. They said that the system was... The citizens seemed largely human. Although there were some, perhaps, modifications among some of the citizenry they told me about. It was quite odd. If I had to guess, I imagine it's some pocket of humanity, they get everywhere, that traveled out into the Vast and built their own way, whoever knows how long ago. Perhaps it could even be during the Gap or pre-Gap civilization. We don't know much yet. Which is good, because it means that no one else is trading there yet if we don't know much. But the goods they brought back... The goods that they brought back were organic. Not foodstuffs, you understand. These were biotechnology. But, well, you all have seen plenty of biotech, I'm sure, in your time. You know, modifications people do. Hell, I've seen people in this club. Well, perhaps not this one, more of the Urgathoan nightclub vibe. People make their skin bioluminescent by kind of sewing in DNA from various jellyfish. But no, these are quite advanced. You see, she's like, here. She pulls out, it looks like refined for a second. You think it's a grenade. And you have like a little jerk reaction, like, oh fuck, I've seen so many weird grenades. That's a small, round, grayish object. That's a fucking grenade. But as you take a closer look, you see that it is gray and segmented, and the segments seem to slide into each other, like one after the other, into a round shape, with a red circle, almost like a button on the side. She's like, here, let me demonstrate. You see she snaps her fingers, and that kind of like ambient yellow thread that was kind of making a glowing cylinder around you guys to block out the noise. You see it like whoop, like turns opaque yellow white. Just like a Callistocrat item, a relic from my now previous life. I don't want people to see this yet. She very gently, to the point a lot of you guys like you know, treat your tech well, but like this feels like very gentle for perhaps a very delicate object. She presses the red circle, almost actually like rubs it a little bit, and you see the whole sphere shiver and uncurl into a pill bug. It scuttles up her arm onto her shoulder, and you see that I would say if anyone wants to make a I would say anyone can make either an engineering check or a life science check. I had to like get the name straight of skill checks for a second in my head because it's different in this version.
Is one of them easier than the other?
You would assume life science is significantly easier.
All right, I would like to use my 15 on my life sciences.
We love a good nat one right off the bat.
Which puts me at 37.
Okay, damn high roll then with 37. Refine, you look at this creature, and at first you're like, okay, this is like, she's gonna show us some like tech that's been inserted into a beetle, or into a pill bug. This roly-poly sounds a lot less cool when I call it roly-poly. I'm gonna keep calling it a pill bug. This pill bug is entirely organic. There's not a scrap of engineering or tech in it. You see she kind of runs her finger down the front of it, down its spine. Its eyes begin to glow red, and a 3-dimensional hologram is projected out of its eyes over the table. And you've seen like holo pics before, like 3D images captured of people. This is like an image of what looks to be a human. You stare a little bit longer and you do realize that this human's pupils are slitted, and you can tell that they kind of got them mid-blink, but not up and down blink, but like a nictating blink, like when the secondary eyelids go like over the eye. He's like, I took a quick, my merchant took I guess a picture with this bug of the merchant that sold it to them on Visundus 1. This is an animal. This is an animal projecting a full rotatable hologram.
Fascinating.
It's quite something. I can't even tell that anything's been done to it.
I don't think it's been technologically enhanced. I think it's been biologically bred
Oh, you think
this
it's
way.
been bred for this?
I believe. I mean, I have to assume that there was perhaps some sort of like gene tinkering in there, but
Yeah, that would explain. That's very. That's incredible. I think
Quite
Refine is
impressive.
just like slowly inching closer and closer, trying to get a look at this thing.
you see its antennas like scuttles back a little bit. It goes like waves its little antennas at you. And she's just like, we're working on establishing. And this is part of why I came to you. I want you all to go there. Perhaps make contacts of your own, establish trade routes, bring more of my goods. they weren't using. They used credits there, although it was a little different. But I think we could buy things with credits if we wanted to. Perhaps this was at least whenever this humanity chunk was removed. Sent into exile. I don't know, but they brought that unit of currency with them. Maybe it's just a will of the gods. I truly, who can say the will of commerce? Maybe it's an Abadar thing. Most of what I send these exploratory merchant ships out with is, like I said, trade goods, not money. I want to stress how fucking little my man gave... She, like, gestures the hologram, gave this man for this fucking wonder. What do you think he traded for this?
A couple tons of rare minerals, perhaps.
Communicator?
Couple tons rare minerals, communicator. What kind of on either end of the spectrum there? He traded a bottle of elven wine.
Shaw raises an eyebrow. Interesting. I see why
Sounds
you.
like a fair trade.
I mean, it wasn't that expensive elven. It wasn't like an old vintage. To us,
Shaw
something
leans in.
for us to build. I don't know. I don't know anyone in the Pact Worlds who has this level of genetic engineering going on. This guy gave it away. He didn't care at all.
Shaw leans in, and a little smirk comes up. Sounds like if you need a fast ship with a very large amount of cargo to trade for at very favorable rates, sounds like we can help you out.
She smiles over you. I think she probably just, like, puts a hand on your knee, and she's like, one of the reasons I came to you, of course, is that your ship has pretty unparalleled transport capabilities. And I know that's proprietary information for you. I know some of it got out to the Golden League. It's still a long way before they develop it for themselves. I'm not going to ask you how you guys do that. I have my own money-making ways. But I am very interested to see how you
I
do
don't think
this.
we're legally allowed to say how we do it.
We had to come
Right.
to some
NDAs
fair-
are a bitch, aren't they?
Yes, very much.
She's like, you wouldn't
Sure, yeah.
believe some of the shit I can't say about certain Callistocrats.
Yes, they are. They're quite a nightmare.
Honestly, once you get to that level of wealth, some of the NDA clauses, crazy. Like one of
I will
them,
s- I
one of them,
can-
if I break it, curses me to turn into a mummy, build my own pyramid, and seal myself on a planet.
That,
Oh, is that-
yeah, that's weird.
not that Lich
They're
King
really,
was
they're
jealous of
really extra. They're really, it's part of why I left, honestly.
Do you think the people on Facundus still are capable of this sort of bioengineering, or do you think that it's, they no longer know what? Like,
Oh, you think
maybe it's
perhaps
something
this
they
was,
found
like-
there, or it's natural, or it's something so old they don't remember it, and now that's just the ecosystem,
Like that might
so
have
they
been
don't understand that it's advanced.
I suppose that's possible. It could be a devolution of a culture from a pre-Gap era. It's not unheard of something like that happening, but
Because the way I see it, we could, if we go out there and we bring you a bunch of goods from this place that are incredible, that's going to make you a lot of money. But if we could go out and find some scientists who are willing to come work for you, if they knew how to do this, that could make you a lot of money.
that is the hope. Most of the engineers I know are... I don't know a lot of bioengineers. I'd have to leverage some of my wealth to maybe look into that, but...
Perhaps we can
I have some cursory knowledge in it.
Perhaps we could reach out to some of Mr. Wilco's contacts, given that how much time he spent among the academic community during our downtime. Perhaps he might have some folks who... I know he's off grid, Lord knows only where, but we can still get in touch with some of the folks he was in touch with.
That would be good. I can probably try and do some more research into it while we're traveling. I mean, I can't, become an expert, but I can learn more.
Well, that is that. I do like these ideas. Look, the only one of my merchants that came back from this excursion, I wish I had more answers to your questions, but he made it sound like this type of technology was more plentiful. I'm getting some of this secondhand because he's like, I'm being passed this information by. I don't think we're supposed to call them underlings anymore, but you know what I mean.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
She's like such a rich, like trying so hard to be nicer, and she's just like, oh, the underlings. She's trying.
She's at least gotten better than when we first met her. I remember at the party on the heart. She was still pretty abrasive there.
Maybe you could try those who are carrying out subroutines for me.
Okay.
Shaw chuckles. All right. So do you have what we'll do? So I think we'll take on. I think speaking for the crew here, I'll be happy to we'll be happy to take on the contract. What do you know about navigation in the area? Any hazards we should know about?
See, now we're getting to the downsides. The ship that came back. Well, I mean, as you know, when you're making jumps that far out, drift travel can get a little unpredictable. I mean, I don't know if you know how much the Priests of Triune do in near space. They create new drift beacons to kind of expand the range of easier drift travel. It tames the currents. It was pretty rough getting back there, although I don't know if that's... He sounded very... The pilot, I was told the pilot was pretty concerned about it, but that some of my other representatives, like, he's over-exaggerating. It shouldn't be that big of a concern, considering his ship's drift capabilities.
I'll frown a little bit at that.
I would say if anyone wants to give me... If you want to give me a piloting check, Shaw.
Alright.
This is so fucking high. Oh, I love Starfighter so much. Shaw, it occurs to you, you've been hearing rumors from pilots as of late that, like, there's been some choppy fucking drift travel lately. Like, stuff that's only supposed to be that choppy out in the vast, it's, like, people have had jumps that rough even coming to Absalom. Which, I mean, with the Starstone centered in Absalom Station, that is like the epitome of drift travel. It's always only supposed to take like a D6 days, and it's usually a pretty smooth ride to this like center of the fucking this part of the galaxy. Yeah.
Ben, I kind of noted it briefly in the thing I sent you. I was like, I feel like Shaw might have started to notice that a bit too when he and Refine were working with the interim crew.
True.
I think they were starting to notice. I think we've been starting to notice some weirdness and changes. Even, I think, especially coming back from with the job on Servanor. Okay. So, like, I think some of the near space ones.
Refine is also, I would say, more familiar with the drift than most. So I think they're more likely to notice this sort of stuff quickly.
Drift travel. I'll look over at Severana. Drift travel has been getting a little bit more and more fraught lately. Been some, even on our most recent stuff, jumps that should be relatively straightforward have been mildly problematic. Definitely something odd going on with him. I'm not exactly sure why. Not that the Priests of Triune are telling us much of anything these days, but
they can be a tight-lipped bunch.
Yeah, no, I take your pilot at his word if he says that it's a bumpy ride getting there and back. But going out to the vast is oftentimes difficult under the best of circumstances.
Just a question real quick.
Of course.
In character, would Yo have with any of their contacts in the Aspis Consortium have they heard anything about issues with drift travel?
Let me see. Yeah, I think you've heard some, like, people have been having trouble smuggling things in to Absalom with the consortium, which, like, the consortium has, of course, more like public facing business that they're like allowed to do, but you know they it's been getting a little tougher.
Yes. Yo, Snake, you are right. Some of my colleagues within the consortium have been having some issues making some of their deliveries.
Is drift travel, is that like mysticism?
I'd say you could use mysticism for it. Drift travel is in a strange intersection, because it is at the intersection of a lot of stuff. It's like deific, mystic, kind of like natural science as well. I would say, however you think your character best relates to the drift, you could use that skill. So if you think that's mysticism, go for it.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure, like, what would be causing this. Is it anything similar to, like, the gap?
I'd say you could attempt a mysticism check. There is not a ton known about the gap, so it'll be difficult to kind of draw some of these connections. I think you're not really sure. I think you are able to... It's at least the same vibe of, like, we're not really sure what's happening. Things were clearly very tumultuous during the gap. That being said, it's hard to know when we stopped knowing about the gap. Like, the gods don't talk about it. Memory's been removed about it. There's no records about it. So it's hard to prove that this is something that happened during the gap. You do think that, like, in terms of galaxy spanning things that have happened, like, it is odd to you that drift travel seems to be worsening just fucking across the board. There haven't been many disasters where that's, like, the case, where it goes from, like, all over the place. Okay. So, she's like, well, I mean, we've talked about a couple, so making contacts over there. I mean, a big part of this first expedition I managed would just be fact finding, like, see what's up with this place. Third, bring back whatever you can, and we'll try to, is reverse engineer the right word? Reverse breed? I don't... She's like, I'll leave that up to...
Reverse engineer is the right word.
Very well.
If not, study, if nothing else, I suppose.
Yes, I think Refine had some good thoughts for that. If we could recreate that here instead of what presumably is a long journey out into the vast, then we cut out the middleman.
John nods. We'll get as many environmental readings as we can, see if the planet contributes, what the planet offers as far as environmental conditions. Get as much data for you as we can as part of it.
Now, I haven't spent a ton of time in the vast. I've gone every now and then, but it's easier to pull the webs of power and influence from within the Pact worlds, quite frankly. Maybe in the near space areas. You all have a lot of contacts you've made, and a bunch of them are here at this party. I would perhaps ask around. I would encourage you all to be discreet. She kind of, like, gestures at, the anti-listening device she's employed here. I would encourage you to be discreet. But maybe you could check in with contacts, try to see if, if they have more advice about the vast, if they know anything about bioengineering, if... she'll kind of, she sends to your data pads all the information she has, and we're going to kind of hand wave that a little bit. So, like, if you guys need to make checks later, you might have that information. I'll let you roll for it. Even though it's not very extensive. But she's like, maybe someone knows about this place. I mean, I know our merchants ended up in that system just because sometimes people come back from the vast, like, oh, there's signs of life, we've seen ships, yada yada yada. You know, we find places where they might be. Or we have powerful scanners, things like that. But I would encourage you to make use of the party and see if anyone has any advice or anything to give to you all. And if you have more questions for me, I'm open for more questions.
Hey,
I'm also open
Ben,
for more
I could-
drinks.
Shaw smiles at that. I'll drink to that. Out of character. Wasn't Varenve's company a biotech company?
She was invested heavily in biotech.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll look to Severana. Do you have any idea if you... Varenve over there, her company on Triaxis was heavily involved in biotechnologies. It might, given that also lady of business herself, she might be a person you might want to have get in some touch with if there's deals to be made on that.
Oh. I'll admit, I haven't done a ton of business with Triaxian dragons or the like. Yes,
Yeah, she hired us and passed that lead on to her.
Okay. She's like, I think you should probably talk to her then if she has information on that.
Yeah, let's see.
She's a bit drunk right now. Probably the best time.
What did she do for you all? What did you did a job for her?
Correct. She asked us
I-
to do a protection
Shaw,
job.
I think we should not go into too much details on that. I don't really want to upset the dragon.
Oh, the dragon can't hear us right now.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I
You
think
don't
we're fine
want to
with
talk
just
about
say,
the
like,
sweet dragon penthouse you guys are at?
that one. That one's not under NDA, but
It's true. It is
I
not.
feel
One was
like
not
we
under
should
NDA.
treat it as though it were.
You know,
That
I'd
was
say
not
a
the-
solid rule of thumb is any dragon information that a dragon gives you, don't tell people.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
I think that's what
It's the
Refined would
type
say.
of NDA backed up by a breath weapon.
Yeah.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
think I would simply say she asked us to protect some high value assets for her. I think any more than that, I'd feel less than comfortable. You know, you talked about NDAs. I look over an ancient gold dragon isn't somebody I particularly care to have a dispute with. Now she'll talk. She'll talk. I'll let her know that we have possibly some leads on. We'll be doing some interesting work with some biotech leads, and that perhaps we could talk with her when we eventually return. So see if she'd be interested in new and unusual specimens. If you think that would be acceptably vague.
I think that'd be acceptable.
And you have nothing to worry about from me, Lady Severana. I am very good at being discreet, and you'll see what they'll do. They'll do is they'll sort of flash these cufflinks that have these interesting runes engraved on them, have a slight sheen to them, because I have a privacy shield armor upgrade where basically I am constantly shielded against divination, magic, and surveillance technology.
Yo, that's so cool.
That's phenomenal.
Fucking
Yeah, we should
cufflinks.
all get that.
Oh, that's such a good
Cufflink-
upgrade.
Cufflinks of anti-scrying. That is phenomenal.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
great,
insane.
a
I mean,
great
that's just
flavor.
how I'm kind of like flavoring it, but I think it works.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Does that give you like a +1 bonus, or is it like a full on? You can't be.
I think it just says it's per the non-detection spell, which is
Yeah, I mean,
Or
given
not,
the
yeah.
fact that it costs like 40K,
Yeah.
it
That's where a
I
good
got
chunk of my
40K.
money went
makes
to.
sense.
that's a solid. That's a good investment.
That is a
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's a fucking
investment.
solid
Yeah,
investment. I'm not
absolutely.
lying.
I think perhaps we talk. All right. I think perhaps we talk to Varenve, and then I might also inquire if Neva's had any unusual, any advice for travel out in the drift, given that things have been, or out on the vast, given that things have been a little funky lately. I don't know what she and Hemleth and the others have been up to, but she and Yatraxo are some of the more hot rod space fairs we know. We'll talk to them, see if they have any advice
Mhm.
on what. Admittedly, I look over. We've been on the station for the last couple months. I think it's about time we got back out into the sky. But if things are getting even worse than it was recently, nevertheless, I find myself curious and a little bit concerned.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's fine. It's probably fine.
something to keep, looking out for. I mean, I'll be fine lost in the drift, but the rest of you, well,
Not so
that's
much.
a
That's gonna be
different
problematic.
story.
All right.
For context, because of Refine's background,
Mhm.
Refine is basically immune to all negative effects of being out in the vacuum of the drift.
Truly insane.
Yeah, could breathe normally. Doesn't experience decompression by suddenly transferring into a vacuum, and I don't need to eat or drink when I'm in the drift.
Just absorbing
Wild.
ambient drift energy. All right.
Yep.
She kind of holds her glove out. The thread turns back into a thread. Just kind of like re-sews itself embroidered into her glove. And I think before we go around the party, let's take a quick bathroom break. In 5 or 10 minutes, we'll come back.
All right.
Good.
All right, sure.
All right.
Yes. Yes. Well, the other one I'm getting has, let's call it, similar vibes.
Oh, so many grenades. All right, we're back. All right. Cool. Is that working? Okay, it's working good. All right. She lowers the barrier. And we go back to the party. What's your guys' first move?
I think. Before she gets, I'll look over Fine and the others. I think before she gets too many more drinks in, I think we may want to speak to Ms. Vera and let her know we may have a potential business venture for her. So, see if she'd be interested in working with us on new biotechnologies.
That sounds like a good plan, I think. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. I do not personally want to speak with a drunk dragon about business ventures after some of our previous experiences.
Shaw grimaces slightly. I look over at Yo. Well, you say you're a slick talker. Let's find out.
Hell yeah.
Yes, well, they say that the best way to. Well, I always find these sorts of business ventures are best done over a meal and drinks. And since seems to have been doing a fair bit of drinking, well, how about maybe some food might help sober up a bit here. You'll go over and grab what I imagine is the still full plate of Uncrustables canapes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right.
The dragon just eat the entire platter in one bite.
Whoever wants to head
I
over,
guess we'll
feel free to
see.
head over to her.
I'll go over. This was my idea.
I guess here. So, Yo will be like, so I guess since you're the head of the ship, you're the captain, right?
That's correct. It's Shaw. Like I'm. Technically, yes. It's. Shaw smiles. Honestly, it was Scorpio's idea.
Well, Yo's carrying like the plate in one of her left hands. She'll use her two right hands and give you their best impression of a salute. Just say, "Aye, aye, Captain."
All right.
Shaw kind of half smiles, half winces at that. Come on, I'll do introductions. Feel free to cut in. I'll admit some folks find me charming, but at the same time, I'm not exactly what one would call the smoothest. So,
Well, I did notice someone found you particularly charming.
I have my moments.
Don't we all?
All right. I'll go over and talk to Varen Bay.
You
And
head
I'll
over.
just be walking along beside Shaw.
There's like, we're getting farther into the night. There's some more like nightclub vibes going down. Music's starting to bump a little more. Varenve is on the floor. You hear like, and you see that Eska has a tattoo gun out, and Varenve just has like her front foreleg extended for Eska to like tattoo something onto a scale.
Awesome.
Shan's just like, I don't know if she's gonna, and she's like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna not, like, she's a drunk dragon, and it's like, I'm not drunk. Now, make it like a hawk. She's like, all right, do you want it to like do anything? She's like, I want it to look like a hawk. I just said that. She's like, okay. Eska kind of like gestures at you guys, like, just fucking keep going. Varenve like swivels her head down to you guys. Again, fucking ancient gold dragon. Truly huge creature here. Shaw, former captain of the tuna, not anymore, I take it.
That's correct. We had a new ship these days. I'd wanted to come over because I would thought perhaps you may want to discuss business for a few minutes. If not, or if there's a better time, either way, had some things come up I thought you might find interesting.
Isn't that would come up with Economics, my company?
Correct. You were because as I recall, you had a good deal of interest in various biotechnologies.
Somewhat, yes. We specialize in hybrid terraforming technologies, using biology and technology to create habitable spaces on inhospitable worlds. There's quite a bit of bioengineering involved.
I'd rather not go into too many details just yet, but we received a lead, and we'll actually probably be shipping out fairly soon to look into it, on possibly a new location that has a number of advanced biotechnological applications and of interest and being traded for at favorable rates. I'll keep that last part pretty kind of low so that other folks nearby and I don't say the system name either. I'm not letting on the details and stuff.
Okay.
But if perhaps later I'd be willing to make introductions to my contact on that, and then perhaps later we could if you have interest in perhaps a joint venture and expanding on some of these new technologies if this lead does indeed prove fruitful.
Do you have anything to add to that as well, Yo?
I guess Yo will sort of they'll bow forward slightly and offer the plate of canapes and please, my dear Miss Verenve, you look famished, please, courtesy of the bride and the groom.
This like raspy dragon tongue just like licks out and scrapes all the canapes off the plate with like this screeching sound of scaled tongue on metal. It kind of sticks in my mouth. Very well.
Yes, well, thankfully I still have one of these, and they'll hand over the last remaining flute of champagne that they had.
Hey, I'd say both of you guys give me diplomacy checks.
Really need to train this up. Not good. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna re-roll that. We don't have hero points, and I don't have 1,000 channel points.
Fair enough. Well, it's okay. Yo still got a roll too.
All right. Yep. Yeah, diplomacy, something I'm actually good at. Come on.
I'm gonna give Yo the
come
11.
Yeah, you give Yo the 11.
You know what? All right. Yeah. Thank you. I'll take it. So 11 plus
11 is 22
18.
plus 7.
That's 29.
29, yeah.
29. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. A note to self: when we level up, I'm definitely working up my diplomacy some.
All right. On a 29, she leans and she's like, an intriguing proposition. Very well. I could be persuaded into this venture. Some new bio-advanced technology could be very helpful for our economics.
I'll put you in touch with our contact and let them know you're amenable, and then once we return from the Vast, we'll find a location where we can jointly study these items, and then perhaps all of us can come out ahead and turn a tidy profit.
She kind of like looks at you shrewdly, and she's like, far out in the Vast. Do you have any examples of the technology or what it could do?
My contact was vague, but they said it was able. I'm going to, perhaps a good way to put this would be, apparently it is able to seamlessly replicate technological functions. They were not more specific than that.
Indeed. It must be very Advanced form. Very well.
I understand. We have a deal.
We have
I'll put,
a deal.
and then what I'll do then is I think we'll figure out how I can do like perhaps for later, so that way that I can put them and Varenve and Severana in touch, so that way we can we can for lack of a better term, have a group chat and figure out how we how we want to go about this.
Hell yeah, sounds good. All right. Write that down. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you some. I mean, you see, there's lots of people around. You guys can talk to Neva, like you said. There's Agavana Stoneblood, Luxron and Verev, the kind of freedom fighter echelon of type of people over there. Lots of folks around.
I wanted to ask about. We met Riche in an Urkathoan nightclub.
You did.
Do I think she might be someone who would know about, or just like in that scene, they might know about like more gene editing biotech, or just like more grafting, so to speak?
Here, I'm gonna, just so we get a little refresher, actually still have that art. This was the Outsider Club that you guys went to.
Yeah.
Been a while. I think, I mean, you definitely saw people in that club who had a lot of, like, body mods type of stuff. So, certainly someone involved there. Or she might at least have some ideas.
Yeah, I'll go head over that way then.
All right. Contacts. You head over to Riche Tilvarin. She kind of knocks back that like toxic green drink she had earlier. Refined 12. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, as you may or may not be able to tell, I have, let's say, an interest in self-modification. The most recent one I got was a dragon gland that lets me breathe fire a little bit, and I was getting interested in more advanced forms of biotechnical body modification. I was wondering if you might know anywhere I could do research on the subject, or have any contacts, or yourself if you know anything about it. I'm curious what sort of the limits of it are, given, is it just things like grafting things in? I have this sort of graft that gives me some wings as well.
Okay. The ice,
or if there's also sort of the ability to even do, gene modification type things.
She kind of swirls her drink. The ice clinks in it. At the Revenant Urge, my club, there is kind of a mixing of ways. I do see some of the clientele editing their bodies, such as you have, with worm glands and the like. But largely we did a lot of necrographs. It's a form of using kind of necromantic organs and the like. A lot of it was, we ship in from Eox. That's on the Dead World where they were most invented.
I see. Okay.
As to editing genes, well, that is interesting. A lot of my clientele who are, some are just guests, some have more of an interest in Urgathoa herself. But if I were to, well, deepen my cups, analyze those who are entering the Pallid Princesses Club, I would say that at their core they want to change themselves. So, yes, I see the odd gene modification. Biotech is a rather hit or miss thing from what I've seen. There are more invasive things. Like, I mean, you can breathe an element now? That feels pretty invasive. But I tend to find...
Yeah, it's a bit invasive. I've had a number of invasive things done.
But that still feels like a graft to me, and that I assume... Well, you're quite wealthy, maybe it's different. I assume that it was a surgery that implanted something. They didn't rewrite your... She's, like, clearly still a little drunk. It's like physiology to breathe fire.
Hello?
Huh?
Sorry, internet broke out for a second.
Just kind of like drunk. She's kind of just like... She's saying, like, I assume even yours are implants. Like, the surgeon puts... They didn't redesign your physiology to be able to innately breathe fire or what have you.
No, and that's kind of why I'm curious what the limits of that would be. I mean, you know, especially for me, I'm not exactly made the same way as most people in this club. I obviously can't speak for you or anyone in particular, but I just kind of wonder what the limits are. And I was curious if you knew how much you might know about gene editing and what could be done with that.
She kind of taps her forehead above, like, the smoking red eyes thoughtfully. She's like, it's certainly possible. I hear tell of it. I'm not a scientist, but it does rather remind me. How familiar are you with the Eox?
I believe I visited there briefly, but I haven't been there with any regularity. I'm not all that familiar, I'm ashamed to say.
Well, it's obviously a dead world. But with that in mind, let's see, how do I explain this? And I'll give you here's a little handout on Eox for however curious you guys become on that planet. There are more capable members on Eox who work at the Necroforge, and the craftsmen of those degree, to be clear, that's not the type of necrographs that my clientele are taking into themselves, if you know what I mean. But as I understand it, those ghoulish humanoids, the really capable ones at the Necroforge, they, well, the graphs kind of cease to really be graphs and are just reworks of their undead flesh. Now, I'm no necromancer, necro-engineer, but that sounds rather similar, don't you think? They're changing the actual makeup? Is that not the same as editing genes?
Yes, that sounds very similar.
That's about
That's
that's about all I could tell you. I mean, if you want, I could hook you up with an underground deal on a necrograft at the club, but...
unfortunately it is. I may come to at some point for it, but at the moment, most of my parts have already been redone.
Well, you're looking quite good, if I might say so. And she, like, raises her glass.
Thank you, you as well. And I will probably just have like a glass of water to raise as well.
The Skittermander bartender's like, hey, this is water. And just passes it over to you.
Yeah.
You see that, like, now that Yo is off helping other people, this, like, weight, like, the Skittermander, upside, 6 arms instead of 4. Downside,
Yeah.
half the size.
Yep.
So he's like, he's got the hands, doesn't have the reach to operate this bar very well.
That makes sense.
Honestly, he probably just looks relieved. He's like, oh, thank God. Fucking water.
Yeah. I think Refine would just probably keep talking with Richey.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can I try to spy on what's in the like the back rooms?
Oh, interesting. Are you trying to sneak into the back rooms, or just like get peeks through like? There's kind of like a. I think this is. I would say. Let's see. Is this a window or one-way window? Let's find out. I'll say it's one.
No, I'm
window.
gonna send in an arcane eye spell.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me read.
I have the
Go ahead.
I have a cybernetic that lets me cast it at will.
Hell yeah. What is this? Is it like an actual eye that you pop out?
No, it's magic tech, so I imagine like I close my eyes and
Projects it.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it travels. Okay, it travels at 30 feet per round, 300 per minute. Yeah. Okay. I would say. Is there anything particular you're looking for, or do you just want to make a general perception check?
I'm seeing if there's anything going on in the back that's interesting, or if there's any like interesting loot laying around. Maybe information. I bet because this is Scorpio's bar, right?
Yeah.
Just steal all of his gear from last game.
Just looking for Scorpio stuff. I mean, I feel like Scorpio probably isn't stashing his combat gear in the club. I would assume. I don't know. What would you say, Scorpio? Do you think?
Well, I imagine like I probably compare like the best comparison I've had like to, like here. He's like Cosmic Kiryu, where it's like because even in some of these games, like you would be running a a cabaret club. So I imagine it's something he probably keeps like locked up like in the back office. So it's like the club's gonna have like bouncers and like proper security staff, but if you start hassling like the staff, he's gonna get involved like personally.
That makes sense. I'd say just give me a general
it's like-
perception check then. Or sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's like just imagine like here someone starts hassling the bartender, hook up there. It's like hey, we got a problem.
Dude, the bartender?
Well, no, it's like that's just like hypothetical.
Oh, hypothetical. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll say in the meantime, Ren, give me a perception check because you kind of close your eyes, or eye, however you choose to activate it.
I think it's both eyes.
That works. Honestly, I feel like you look. It seems to be a pretty well run, like, kitchen. There's like some offices in the back. Don't see much more of no. There's like some chefs back there.
I'm not able to get like the eye into the other back rooms.
I think you wait for like a door to open, for like slip through. You see some like the back office areas. I think probably you can't get into like the main office, but you get into like here. Let me zoom out on the stream.
Like the assistant manager's office.
Yeah. But yeah,
But there's like nothing.
I don't think anything really stands out. Like they probably like
Fair.
some safes and stuff, but like you're not. I assume you're not trying to like rob the club, so you could also they're pretty locked up tight.
I have means.
All
And I'll just leave it for now.
right. Scythe, do you think you're doing anything while they do that?
I think Scythe is just going to kind of follow around. I almost called you Tarek. Shaw. Just kind of waiting for an opportunity to shoot something. Not really seeing an avenue right now, but things could go south any second.
They could always go south.
Always go south.
Though I think Scythe will learn at some point that Refine is where the shooting is more likely to happen.
You have such a bad. You have like the worst luck of Refine being wherever stuff immediately goes wrong.
It's true.
I don't think it's luck. I think I put Refine into situations that it's very easy for things to go wrong. I think is more accurate to what happens.
I mean, fair.
All right. And then who said they were wanting to talk to Neva and the crew?
That was me. I wanted to let other folks do stuff before I got back to that.
Sure. I feel like we can hop back to it now. If you want to head over to them.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if it's so long as you're good with it, Yo's since you're the captain, Yo's want to keep in your good graces. So if you're allowed, it should come along.
Yeah, it's
They
like
come
a
along with you.
diplomatic liaison there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
I
Alright.
guess as we're walking over, would be talking. It's like, so what's going to be my official title while working for you?
I don't think I've ever had anybody ask that. I'll have to think on that. For now,
Well-
we could say we can do better on adjutant. I don't know. I don't. The captain label's very informal. You're right now. You're one of the crew. We'll start with that.
All right. I do want to be honest with you. It's like, you remember that business card that I handed you? It said I was 8th rank at the consortium.
I noticed. I had some questions about that. The consortium has a number of interesting aspects to it. If we could talk about that in a less crowded venue at some point, if you cared to.
I gotcha. They'll just give you a nod but I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have.
I eventually have a few, but it's also one of the reasons I'm interested in having you on board. The consortium usually attracts more capable sorts, and being realistic, I may not necessarily be a brigand or particularly bloodthirsty, but I'm also not especially. I ain't exactly always the law-abiding sort.
Well, if I'm being honest, a lot of the things I've done for the consortium haven't been, let's say, exactly legally black or white.
Good. That applies for what we've done as well. Some by choice, some because we don't have to. But laws get funky when you get outside the pack world. So, Shaw nods. I think we can deal. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like I said, I try to do right by folks, generally speaking, but I also don't let myself get too wrapped around the axle around issues of the law, as long as it doesn't get us shot by the wardens.
I can certainly see why you and Mr. Sky have seem to have gotten along very well. You were very similar in, and though just her point to heart. I guess the best way to translate it from my people is good in heart.
As a general rule, I try not to fuck people over. Beyond that, you talked about areas of gray. It's a pretty gray galaxy out there. You gotta be willing to go with the flow, otherwise you end up dead.
I will say that's something I learned from a very young age, but interesting how these certain things can cross these cultural boundaries, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Not so different out there in the sky, is it? Come on, let's go talk with some of our fellow spaces.
All right.
All right.
Just a moment here. Just a moment, and they'll like straighten up their here. It's like, Captain, how's my eyeliner look? It's smudged.
You good. Besides which, I don't think, being real, everybody's so drunk in this club right now, I don't think anybody notices, even if it wasn't.
You might not think so, Captain, but I find in my profession it always helps for one to look their best.
Noted.
That I picked up from my mentor.
Okay. You guys head over to the booth with the crew of the Wintermorn. Your old
Leave a...
rival ship, the Wintermorn.
I like to think that was a friendly rivalry more than anything
Oh
else.
yeah, for sure. It definitely involved.
At least during our run.
Yeah. I'm sure there are other playthroughs of this game, like other folks running a campaign where it's gone horribly wrong.
Oh, for sure, there people go wrong with them. All right, we got Jinx is here. We got Dizzy. Of course, Nehemelith is here as well. And as you addressed her right away when you walked up, there is their captain, Neva Revo.
We also saved them multiple times.
Oh yeah,
We did.
Neva's like, Shaw, you old so and so. Come on, we're deep in the drinks over here. Come take a seat. We got some food at the table.
Sounds good.
Well, I think I will. And you'll walk over and be like, and they'll sort of like bat their eyelashes at Dizzy, and it's like, and who's this handsome drink of water?
Dizzy looks up and he's like, I'm Dizzy. I'm their engineer. As he says that, you see this guy next to this, like, you see this Yosoki with like a hole through his ear, and these weird, like, his fur is pulsing with like blue electric veins. And you see he pulls out this like little reflective mirror with a bunch of like glowing blue powder, and he's like, you wanna bump of this?
Well, it depends. What is it?
It's good.
Is that what it's called? Good? Never heard of that before.
Oh no, does Yo speak Yosoki?
Let's see here. No, they do not.
He just says something unintelligible, like, you know.
All right. Sure. Not, wanting to sort of like, blend in the situation, you'll be like, all right, well, though you have to say, no, being a, Kasatha, you can't look while I lift up my mask, okay? That's the rules.
Okay, I'll follow the rules. I'm a known rule
so
follower.
So I guess, Yo will sort of lean down, lift up their face mask summon. I want it to basically act like I'm taking a hit, but not actually do it.
Hell yeah. Give me a bluff check.
All right. All right, 35.
And you pull off this. You've seen people do all sorts of. You don't know exactly what this is, but you've seen people do a lot of different drugs at the club. And play it off. Neva turns to Sean, is just like, your friend over there, they're gonna be off their fucking gourd for a few minutes.
Yeah, I guess
Huh?
Yo will just sort of pull back and be like, "Whoa, damn, that's some good shit." And it's like their whole, they make out like their whole bodies just like shaking. They're putting their arms and hands out and like just wiggling like all their extremities.
Shaw looks
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
kind of shrugs real quick. Like, yeah, they made the choice. As long as they don't die, I'll make sure they're okay. So, new crew members, we'll see how they do. So, got some questions for you. Been holed up on the station for a little bit after our last job. How's the drift been treating you lately? I heard it's been getting weird out there.
You see, she gets a little serious at that and kind of like leans back in her chair. Almost reaches the top of the chair. She's pretty short. She's like, you know, it's been tough. Like you've been piloting you working on a new ship, right?
Well, we've been having it for a few months now. Been on a few jobs with it. My last one went bad, and so I'm picking up new crew members here.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, they knew the score, but I don't have to like how it went down. So I don't. He jaw shrugs. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, you know how it goes. It's a tough galaxy out there, but it seems like it's getting tougher for everybody. That's what I hear lately.
Look, I mean, the Wintermorn is a pretty good ship. I think it's top of the line. It's not failed us before. The Hamlet at the helm with me. I mean, the Hamlet kind of comes over and she's like, "Hey, Shaw, it's good to see you." Yeah, Neva's right. Look,
Good to see you as well.
it's been rough. I don't know. You've come and gone from Absalom a couple times, I'd imagine, lately, right?
Oh, we've been on the station for about, I suppose, about a month now.
When you
it was
came back
getting
in a month
bumpy.
ago, was it bumpy for you on the way in too? Neva's like, it was rough for us.
Can I roll like a percent die to see how bad it was, Ben?
Oh yeah, give me a D100.
It was fine.
I was
Or
gonna say
it was terrible. I
one's
don't know.
one's bad. I can't believe you rolled a 1 out of 100. I think oh Jesus Christ, that's fucking crazy. On a 1 on a D100.
That might explain why we've been holed up on the station for a month.
I think you you didn't really talk about it maybe to Refine, and I feel like Refine maybe wasn't the most observant about it, if I had to guess. But I think that Shaw, that was bad. Like, the only jump we ever had that bad before was probably like during like a drift storm in the Vast. Or maybe like coming back from the Veskarium. Like, you hit it from Refine and like the ship on the way back in here. That was like the worst it's ever been. And it was to Absalom Station. The Starstone should have smoothed that out. Like, almost to the point of like inconsequential amounts.
Shaw lets out an exhale. I was like, it was bad, Neva. It was real fucking bad. It was some of the worst currents I've had to deal with. And we were shorthanded. Like I said, our job went bad. We were down crew on that one, so it was bad. The part of the reason we've been laid up here for a while has been getting repairs done. I'm also assuming at some point in that we probably had more than one extra dimensional encounter on that on the way through.
Yeah, I think you probably did.
So I thought it was a freak occurrence or something weird was going on, but then I hear all these late stories about folks having issues. So
Auto, why don't we start with the campaign with the ship blown up?
it's probably been in the hangar in a getting repaired for quite some time, but yeah. I'm interested to hear that it's not just wasn't just some freak occurrence.
Neva's like, look, I mean, I know a couple years back at this point, but the crew of the Celosia, I mean, who knows where they are now. But, I mean, if rumors be believed, when Absalom Station was attacked, they kept the Starstone safe. And since then, I mean, I don't know if you've been down to the lower spire, the lower decks of Absalom lately, but God, the security was always tight. It's damn near impossible. Like, security is cracked down there.
Shaw kind of frowns at that. I haven't been down to the Spike in quite some time. I had a business dealing down there a while back, but I haven't had. That's interesting to say that. Normally, those areas down low, generally speaking, aren't usually too hard to gain access to, absent the Starstone itself, of course. But I'm surprised to hear there's been like a crackdown in the area.
I mean, I don't know that it's related necessarily, but the Starstone, I mean, you know what it does, right? Like, it made gods. It's part of Old Galarian. And Hamlet's like, yeah, I mean, it's the center of drift travel. I mean, look, I don't really know how it works. I've heard rumors. I know the Solosian crew talked about it a bit with, like, reporters and stuff afterwards. But it seemed like it has, like, a warping effect on space. Like, there's a reason drift jumps are so fast to here, even though we're not, like, centralized in the galaxy. It kind of forms a center, you know what I mean? But that weight, I mean, it's almost like dropping a stone onto, like, a loose tarp, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like it should smooth it out.
I think so. And all the water rolls towards the center where the stone is. That makes sense.
Exactly.
But now it's getting bumpy.
Something's in the water, maybe. I don't know.
That's that is a statement that is both very nondescript and also terrifying when you put it that way.
Yeah. You see Jinx is, like, trying to convince Yo and Dizzy to play Five-Finger Fillet in the corner while this is happening.
Alright.
Look, doom and gloom aside, the wedding's been great. You know, we already wish Scorpio the best. What are you guys up to?
I got a possible job out in the vast right now, which is
Out in the
one of the
vast?
reasons. Yeah, which worries me slightly if the drift travel's getting this janky.
It's a tall order,
Heard
but
some. Yeah, heard rumors of a big score, but I'll let you know if there's more money to be made. You know, I'll be in touch. Shaw winks.
hey,
Protect
I'd
the cargo
appreciate
holder, yours
that.
to use.
Whew. I appreciate that a ton. Look, I mean, those cargo upgrades, they've been perfect.
Yeah. No, it was the least we could do. Y'all helped us out of a couple different binds, and we were happy to return the favor.
And you saved our
after-
bacon a few times, too.
Shaw smiles. Yep, and that's how. If the skies are getting ugly, it helps to have at least for some friends among them, right?
Ain't that the truth?
I'll raise a drink to that.
She cheers you. Seems just kind of like a shot of, like, straight. It's like whiskey on the rocks, honestly. She's like, is there any? I mean, look, it sounds like a pretty secretive score. Is there any prep you need help with? I mean, y'all haven't done a lot of jobs out in the vast, right? We've been out there a decent amount.
I'd be open to some suggestions for sure. We'll have some time to do provisioning before we get underway. I have to be a little bit secretive about it. My contact, you know how it goes. All these different contracts these days and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think I want to keep it on the DL for now. But sure, not. I would appreciate your help, and if it goes well, we'll be in touch. We can. Again, us independent spaces got to look after one another before the corpos get wind of various things. So
Yeah, fuck them. Look, if you're going out in the vast, you gotta know. I mean, one, it sounds like you already know drift travel is gonna be a little tricky. It's gonna take a while to get from place to place. I also there's a lot out there. You know what I mean? Like the Pact
Mhm.
Worlds feels like, and I mean, hey, maybe Nehemoth's onto something with the stone. Maybe it is the center of the universe. But there's a lot out there. There's factions. There's pirates. There's disenfranchised rebels and populi that are itching to make a quick buck or, dying to be part of a cause that they think is the next big wave in the galaxy. You gotta be prepared.
Shaw nods. Well, that's what we've been trying to build a new ship up to do. Fine, and I've been through hell and back a couple times, but got extra suggestions, I'm all ears.
Let's see, I don't know, there's a lot going on out there. There's, factions of humans that have been kind of cut off for a while. They can get pretty rough. From my understanding, there's whole, not just planets, but systems, or maybe multiple systems-wide factions. A lot of criminal activity stashed out there. It takes a while, but, the stewards and the intergalactic patrols aren't really going to be bothering out there too much.
Makes sense. That big empty place for those who don't want to be found.
It's true. And when you got that much free space, you got a lot of time to prepare. Wouldn't be the first threat that the Pact Worlds have faced from deep out in the vast.
I understand. Well, we're getting this new crew seems to be a bit rough around the edges, but I think so far I like what I see of them. So we'll see how they do under pressure. I look over as Yo's hopefully stopped convulsing at this point.
Well, yeah, Yo is, and they've made themselves comfortable sitting between Dizzy and Jinx, and it's like that sort of thing you see in TV and movies where you come in and you see like the end of the joke, and then Yo's like, "So I told him to look out for the Mind Goblin," and this long period of silence. Mind Goblin D's nuts.
You see Dizzy laugh way too hard, and Jinx is like, does it have like psionic abilities or like psychic powers? She's clearly like not getting it. All right. Any more questions for Neva?
I don't think so. So I think that was the main thing. I wanted to see how get her and their crew's take on what things are like in the unfriendly skies right now.
All right. Okay. I'll say, and including our two new party members, you guys got those instructions from Severon as well. If there's anyone in the party you think looks like you want to go talk to them, you totally can. Other people might have more information. Is there anyone else you guys are kind of looking at here? I mean, we got the collective, the spies. Tarika got all you guys' old missions.
I kind of would like to, given after hearing that there's a lot more security around the Starstone, I'd be interested to talk to Tarika and Shan at some point as well.
Okay.
Because remember, I recall you saying that Shan at one point had been working in the vicinity of down on the spike, down by the stone.
Yeah, she had.
Refine has actively been avoiding Tarika the whole night.
Wild behavior.
I did want to ask, does Refine still think that Tarika was up to no good? Is that still a thing?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whoever goes over to talk to Tarika, she's like, does Refine know we settled that already, right? Like, is Refine still on that?
Refine is... She loves that ship top to bottom, but sometimes I can't figure out her trains of logic. regardless, it's don't take it personally. Um, so Shaw just kind of smiles and just like, I know for full well y'all had our back the entire time, so I appreciate it.
He's like, well, I'm glad about that.
So, get possibly a new job we're coming up on. Heard some had an interesting question on you. This is had a discussion over with the Wintermorns crew. Jen, what's been going on down in the Spike lately? Because apparently there's been more activity around the Starstone. There's been lots of rough drift travel. The last jump I had in here was a beast of a ride. I'm curious if you'd heard anything what's going on down in the lower levels of the station.
Shan's like, well, there's been a lot of, I mean, it's pretty much in full lockdown.
Has that ever happened before?
I mean, there's been threats before. I mean, an artifact that can kind of jumpstart someone along the path to divinity is gonna garner, some looks. You know what I mean? But
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Haven't heard anything specific lately.
I mean, they seem a little more nervous than normal. I mean, they've got not just station security and stewards down there. They got like they recruited some of the Starfinder Society to send some of their agents down there. I think is security.
Interesting.
And then there's a contingent of I don't know if you ever run into like an Iomedae, like a Crusader type.
Shaw chuckles. Generally speaking, I think that I try not to cross paths with that sort. They tend to have a very black and white view of a very gray galaxy.
Well, they got some of their you would know, like, they call them paladins, even though it's not really a class anymore. It's more of like a title. There's some Iomedae paladins down there too, which you would know those are like Iomedae priests and holy people that like wear heavy power armor, like shit with like mounted guns on it.
Gotcha. If you hear more, let me know. I'm curious because I'm hearing some drift travel's been getting funky, even coming to the station lately, and I'm pretty used to having plenty of things that want to kill you out in the sky, but when the sky itself starts giving you problems, that gives a spacefarer a little cause for concern.
It's not great. I mean, we've been hearing things. Trigger's like, yeah, like I still try to do some kind of command and control stuff as a job, even if you all are a little bit more independent, not needing me as much. But I mean, Shan's been out a few times. Shan's like, yeah, it's bumpy. It feels, I don't know, when I start up the drift drive, it doesn't feel right. And I mean, look, last trip I mean, the drift's infinite. It's always pulling in parts of different planes, but God, we must have run into fire elementals and floating chunks of the plane of fire 7-8 times on the way back.
Good heavens.
It was a lot. I mean, we fought them off. Most of them were pretty minor and couldn't get through the shields, but jeez, it was bad.
Well, sounds like we got us a job way out in the vast so coming up, so sounds like we got a spicy trip ahead.
That far out.
Yep. Gotta
You,
go where the money. Gotta go where the getting's good, I suppose. It's not never was meant to be an easy job.
you know, the the Starfinder Society, they might be interested in that. They're always looking for, explore, cooperate, share, that kind of vibe. They're always looking for stuff out in the vast.
Keep that in mind. So, I don't want to be too specific about committing to that, given the um. My brain just halted. Sorry. I'm trying not to be too specific about it because, again, I'm trying to do right by Severana on this one. But
Yeah. Valid.
I completely lost my train of thought.
Just trying to be vague about the vast.
Yeah, I'll just say I don't want to be. Oh, that's right. I don't want to be like overcommittal to that. Will get the Starfinder Society involved yet. I don't think Shaw is necessarily opposed to it, but I think he also wants to get his job done first and make good on his deal with Severana and Varenvave before getting other outside parties. Because once the Starfinder Society hears about it, I mean, the gold rush is on.
It's true. Could very well be the
So,
case.
I'll give that some thought. But for now, yeah. So for a moment, I think we got us a job. I'll be in touch, obviously, if we need some connections back here. But we'll be off grid for a while, I expect.
Well, let us know when you make it back. I mean, we always love to see you guys.
Of course. And again, your ship's still treating you right?
Oh yeah, look. We've been having. I mean, apart from the drift storms, the bad jumps, turning a good bit of credits. This week is
Glad to hear
certainly way more than when we were EdgeCore. When we were all EdgeCore employees.
Shaw chuckles. Fool, I can't say exactly what I think, but you know what I think.
Yeah. Anti-disparagement clause is a bitch, but
Yeah.
this is the way it is.
Shaw chuckles. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, EdgeCorp.
Oh,
See. Well, you take care. It's good seeing you, Tarika and Shan.
it's good seeing you too.
So, does anybody else have anything they want to add to folks around the state? I think Shaw would definitely want to say goodbye to Scorpio before the end of the evening, but does anybody else have anything they want to do?
If not, we can head toward the end of the evening.
I would say, Yo's definitely spending a bit more time over here, just talking and drinking, and Yo's getting a little bit, I guess if you'll pardon the pun, handsy with Dizzy.
Very fair. All right. If that's the case, then does Refine and Shaw have any final things to say to Show and Scorpio before you presumably check in with Severana and head to the ship?
I think Shaw would come up to Scorpio, and does Refine, did you want to come over as well? And I would say,
Yeah, fine. We'll come over.
my friend, congratulations, and big handshake and hug for him, and then give Show a hug as well.
Yeah, you would notice that Scorpio definitely holds the hug, as tight as he can, because he knows you can handle it.
Facts.
It's like, it's like you take care out there. and you take care of Yo, all right? You know,
Will
it's
do.
like, it's like here, it's like that's Show's cousin, and you know, it's not my story to tell, but Yo's been through a lot, and they kind of need this right now.
Shaw nods. Long as they can handle themselves, that's good. Like I said, the last job went a little bit bad, but I know if you went through the same hell as we did, I know if you think they can handle it, I trust you.
Yeah. So we'll say looks like Yo's at least excited that Dizzy's back on the market. It seems.
He seems Dizzy always seems to have a be a popular one among our crew. Look at it. Shaw has a good laugh at that. But well, we got us a job here soon. We'll probably be heading out shortly. We'll be off the grid for a while. You take care, and um, you, you ever need anything while we're on the station, we're not far.
Of
Mhm.
course, and you're always welcome here. In fact, I gotta and Scorpio will he'd walk with you over to the bar, and you'll see like on top shelf you'll see a locked case where it's like that bottle there that you can take from that whenever you want. It's already paid for.
You're most kind.
Hell yeah. All right.
Refine will probably just say, "Good luck with the club, and we hopefully will see you sooner rather than later."
Of course, and don't worry, I'll it's like from what I could tell, I don't think your new crewmate's very fond of peanut butter.
Well, that was, that was a part of the job listing.
It was part of the job listing.
Shaw just has a good chuckle at that.
Hell
Well.
yeah.
Looks real fine. I think it's time we round folks up and get ready to get underway. We need to see what Severana has that she wants us to deliver.
Yeah, I think it's about time. I'm gonna stop on the way out and make sure Eska's staying on Smuggler's Moon, or find out where she'll be if not, because I think we talked a little bit about some tattoos I might want from her at some point.
Sounds good.
But then I think it's time to go after that.
All right. Severana would basically tells you guys it's mainly mineral goods that she's loading onto your ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. That in mind, the party. Go ahead.
I say with that, with that, I guess one last drink, and I'll say, pull her in close, and say, I'll see you when we get back.
She's like, I'm counting on it.
Give her a wink. See you then. All right. I guess we go.
All right.
Seeing you guys leaving, Yo will be just like, oh shit, they'll quickly grab one of their business cards and hey Disney, it's like, call me, okay?
Dizzy's like, yeah, probably.
Yep. Then just wink.
That's
just
Dizzy.
be like.
Refine will check in with Eska just to make sure they know where she'll be.
All right. Safe travels.
And then ready to head out.
So I guess there's probably one other person I need too. It's like we can walk and talk, and Yo will take out their communicator, scroll through the contacts, and I guess you'll probably know who I'm talking about, Ben. Call up a certain Kitsune and just hit send and see if he picks up.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll a dice for it. I don't think there's any answer at the moment. Mainly because I rolled a nat 1.
All right. I guess they'll leave a voicemail. Say like, "Hey, it's me. About to head out into the vast on a job with that crew I told you about. I'll get back in touch with you when I can. Just keep me posted on if there's any updates in the rankings." And then hang up.
Hell yeah. All right. You guys head to one of the docks along the ring of Absalom Station. Which I think you guys actually, I guess you guys don't have that handout yet. If you guys ever want any info on Absalom Station, here's the info. Scroll down to a cool little picture of it. You guys are docked on this outer ring over here. Okay. Let me change up our vibes here. Is this the one I want? That's the one I wanted. Alright. We go to the dock and you guys see the two who already know this ship well, leading the other three of you. Down the clear docking tube, you see their vessel up ahead. No longer piloting the Tuna, having taken the best pieces of it and the Risen, the ship that belonged to Sinjin. You guys see the holographic keypad by the airlock of this tube flash up with the new moniker of their ship. I'm going to show you guys the art. You guys see silver-clad, red running lights along the side and deep scarlet engine glow beginning to burn as they... Or we'll say somewhat lit remotely by you guys. If you can't fully remotely pilot, you can start the ship a little bit.
Does have the virtual intelligence, so I could call ahead and
Ooh,
have
that
it
is true.
warming up.
Yeah, the VI is
Yeah,
warmer
we've
than the
got the
ship.
virtual intelligence.
Welcome aboard the Argent Horizon. We'll get you all sorted out on board.
You see
Yeah.
there's
Isn't
already,
that-
like... Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember what level I can remotely pilot the ship.
I think
Anyway.
you told me it was a couple levels from now, but...
Yeah, I think so. Either way, sorry.
There you go. You see that Severana's people, presumably, are like loading up these minerals into the cargo deck of the ship. But I'm going to bring us over to, and this was, first of all, again, flashing back to the artist, is Lynn Romanov, LynnRomanov.com, that made this lovely ship art here. And then the interior of the ship, which, using a fun little program, James made the other day. I'm going to bring us over to the interior of the crew deck. People want to drop their characters in, feel free. There's different rooms for each of you, all sorts of things. And there's a lot of new features, including a big old reactor power in this bad boy. Any highlights of the ship that you guys want to, highlight?
So I'll bring up a couple different things. We'll get into like all the systems and stuff later on. Everybody has staterooms they can go where they want. Most of the areas that it has most of the same amenities as the Tuna. It does not have an arcane lab, but we do have laser crew quarters. We also still have, you'll see in black here, darker area on the engines, we have still a holodeck suite like the old Tuna had. We also have just above the engineering. Why is my thing not pinging? Oh, there. All right,
that was me pinging. Sorry.
Okay, and then on the other right side, just above the engine bay, we also put in a tech lab as well. So we have our own technical stuff, as well as most of the same amenities from the Tuna. The engine bay at the back, I will call this out right now. Right now, only one of those reactor sockets is filled. The one on the left is. We're leaving room open for if we want to use build points to put some more power in later on.
Hell yeah.
But that's just a minor thing. Up at the top end of the ship, the mess hall is up here, right by. Aha, there.
There you go. Yeah.
And airlock is right above that, and then the bridge is at the front. Then here, if you want to go down, so we have the lift.
Yep. There's the lift.
Down to the cargo level.
Yeah, we're
So,
gonna
I'll add some more.
fill this bad boy
I'll
up
add-
as we go.
Yeah, I will add some like crates and greebles and things like that to the map as we go along. But we have twice the cargo space of the tuna, so we now the ship can carry as much can carry almost as more stuff than the Windfall did, than the White Wind did in our last campaign. So, despite its size, this thing is going to be hilarious. We also have at the front here. This was something that Nix and I put together. This is a combination of a smuggler's compartment and vault, and Ben, the stats on this thing are lightly insane. It is a DC 50 perception or computer check to
Jesus
find it either
Christ.
visually or by scanners, and then if they find it, they have to succeed at both in sequence a DC 31 mechanics and a DC 31 computers check to open it.
Good lord.
So that was our idea for doing some secure cargo.
Yeah.
And then one of the other ideas we'd had, Ben, was that there is essentially a secret passageway that goes from the bridge down to the smuggler compartment.
I think
So
that's
it's another
I think
way
that
of-
works.
It basically is another way of, given how often things tend to go wrong down in the cargo bay, we wanted a couple different ways to get down there.
Look, you guys just gotta stop bringing
Yeah.
stuff aboard that'll go wrong.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure.
right? So,
Yeah.
like I said, I plan to add some
Anyway.
I'll plan to add like some crate objects and stuff like that to make this map a little more interesting. But yeah, no, this is our new ship.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna bring us back to the crew deck.
All right. Yep. Definitely comes along, and you see that in in their two left arms, you see them carrying a couple of boxes labeled "makeup" with quotes around it, and then the other two have boxes labeled "wardrobe" in quotes.
It's only drugs. It's just all drugs.
The makeup is of course like their regular makeup, but also like disguise
Yeah.
stuff, and it's the same thing with the wardrobe. Yeah.
No, for sure. That's absolutely sick. Just being silly.
One other thing I wanted to note on the crew deck: the armory is up here as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
for those of us who are more martially inclined, that way we have stuff near the bridge in case we're boarded.
Hell yeah. All right. Cool. Any final things you guys are doing before? I mean, you have the coordinates of where you're headed out in the vast.
Ben, before we do, I had a couple small items
Yeah.
from Shaw's inventory that I would probably sell. We can do that between sessions.
Sure.
It's just something I would do offline. A couple of minor items, and I might do like a very quick stop in terms of like some minor shopping now that things that I didn't already have, but like we can do it between sessions. It's fine. I'll let you know.
Fine. Is that you measuring?
Just some-
No,
What if he's measuring?
No,
no, that's not me this time.
I know who's measuring.
I can fill this entire hallway with glass.
Yep.
God damn.
As
Yeah.
soon as you mentioned what
God
you were
damn
talking
it.
about, that I was like, I saw that. I was thinking immediately that central corridor.
I minimized people's names. I don't actually know how I did that. I didn't mean to, but it looks like I have. On Roll20. So I was like, well, who's green? Whose fucking color is green?
Here,
I
my
cast
color
spells now,
is
but now there's two refines
this
doing weird shit.
magenta pink.
I'm red.
Yeah, I was gonna do red at first, but
I
I saw
can-
red,
you-
so I
you can
decided
be
to go
red,
with
you can be
neon
red.
pink. No,
Oh, okay.
I want it. I want to be the neon pink.
Alright, fair enough. I won't rob you of it.
If Yo wants to be neon pink, I will change mine to a blue. because that way I can distinguish them better. There we go. Okay.
Colors are hard.
All right.
Yes. For me, they actually are hard.
No, I wasn't even. That wasn't even a bit. I was being serious.
All right. Well, I think Shaw would take his seat up at the pilot's chair, and then let's get ready to get once we're done loading up. I think we go ahead and get underway.
All right. You disengage
Yeah.
with the station. I believe you still have the thing that you can have the drift time, right, with your engines.
Actually, our new engine makes it a third.
Oh, fucking fancy! All right, your engines begin to heat up. The drift drive, like radiating energy in the engineering bay. Typical travel distance to the Vast
think
is
Refine-
5d6 days.
Refine is probably monitoring the drift engines more than normal, given all of the trouble that's been going on recently.
Makes sense to me. I will say first things first. If you want to give me a piloting check, Shaw, and then roll the 5d6, which we can then third of that. Okay, 42.
So,
So
four and a third days.
All right.
That was a very
Masterfully.
low roll, but
Yeah, that was good. That was real fucking good. God, only one of them above a 3 is crazy. You guys set course for this
Yeah.
distant fucking star system. And that is fucking nuts, dude. You set course for Facundus, specifically Facundus 1. And begin the jump. It's gonna be 4 1/3 days. And I'm gonna get some dice out here. Right. Do. Okay. Okay. Pretty fucking good. You guys are able to make the jump. It is bumpy, but you do not have any random encounters along the way. Do you guys think anyone is doing any prep of any kind during these 4 days?
I guess Yo would probably be looking through, like, they're here. I guess we're like here because the idea is like Yo likes to have different outfits because, of course, being, like the liaison here, they like to make sure that they're wearing appropriate attire for the occasion. So I guess talking with everyone and what we've learned so far, what would Yo think would be the appropriate attire for our destination?
I mean, it's a culture that you don't actually know, so it's hard to say.
they don't seem
I
to
go-
have. Oh, go ahead.
I go and tell Yo that the traditional outfit is just a birthday suit.
Yo could take that however they want, but
Yo's going to raise their eyebrow and just be like, I understand that it's like, look, you may not have been here before, but I am not as easy to fool as Mr. Sky, alright?
damn.
But since you roll like here, let me go ahead and roll my sense motive here.
On
26.
I will let you know my base bonus to sense motive is plus 16.
Jeez.
Character built specifically not to be fucked with.
It's like, I believe the humans have a saying, Rin. You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Alright. You guys exit the drift.
If possible,
Go ahead.
Refine would probably be doing what they can to just do as much research as possible on bioengineering.
Ooh, okay. I'd say give me a life science or an engineering check.
Um, let's go with which will they get me different things? Is one easier?
They'll most likely get you different things.
All right, I'll go with engineering then. Okay, that's a very low roll, but 33.
33? Okay, that's not bad.
It's pretty bad. I'm gonna be honest here.
It could be. It
It's a
could be.
4 on the die.
It could be better. I mean, I think you use what resources you have downloaded and the limited information that Severana gave you, and kind of like what you probably pulled up some stuff on your data pad before you made the jump. I think this bioengineering idea from your research. You realize that there's like different ways that it can be good. There is like directly editing something that already exists. There's like selective breeding. There's like mixing the two. There is like chemical ways to induce things. There is technological ways to induce changes. It's a very complex subject, especially when you're getting into the idea of like making a creature. I think you would know specifically that's kind of like the height. Like
Okay.
fully making a new creature from scratch is like peak bioengineering.
Okay. All right. I think whenever we have travel time for such refines, just going to keep working on studying that.
Okay.
At least for now.
You got it.
I think for his part, Shaw's mostly going to be ensuring that the ship systems are doing well after the repairs they just went through, and I'll probably check in with the new crew members as well, making sure everybody's settling in all right. I mean, it's Captain's job to make sure everything's running smoothly. But no, it's mostly I think Shaw is mostly concerned with making sure that the ship is running better after you get all the repairs we just went through.
Hell yeah. Okay. As you guys exit the drift, you're heading into the system, specifically already kind of like mid-system at this point, heading toward what you assume is Facundus 1. Anyone at the bridge can make a perception check.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, somebody? Anybody?
Refine is not at the bridge, so can't make one.
Anyone else want to be? I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to be on the bridge or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bridge has seats enough for everybody. So I designed it so we could all be up there if we want to be.
Yo's perception is not high, which I will fix next time we level up. But I'd say like they packed a lot of their stuff, so they're still busy like unpacking and organizing all their stuff.
Okay, Rin. Looking through your own senses out the bridge and looking at the ship's sensors here. You see that there are not an asteroid belt, but certain amounts of rocks and other asteroids. Other other space debris. You begin to pick up patterns that they are not drifting entirely. They seem to change direction every so often and ever so slightly. If you want to give me a life science check, you could. I'll say if you point it out to anyone, you could try as well. If someone,
anyone on the ship or just anyone in the room?
probably anyone in the room. So I guess Shaw as well, unless you, I mean, you guys have ship comms. You could call down to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get on the comms if they're fine.
Okay, I can make life sciences.
Go for it.
$33.
Ooh, okay, that's not bad. You know of, I think it's been on your, I think you are able to make this leap here, especially because you've been researching stuff. You would know that there is a creature, a silicone-based life form, a little bit different than carbon-based life here. They can evolve a bit differently. Known as a vermilith. Vermilith are silicone-based worms of varying size. You know that they start life as egg-like, kind of cysts, C-Y-S-T, which can vary in size. You would also know that, like, once they're able to ingest enough mineral-rich material, they can hatch. These, colloquially, they're called star worms. Star worms spend most of their time asleep, because they conserve energy. A mature one is about 1,200 feet long. But you would know from research, the rumor is that they don't ever stop growing. So there could be bigger. But you're able to pull up at least an image of a mature vermilith recorded by a Starfinder agent out in near space. This is a vermilith.
Alright.
Judging from the way they are slowly changing direction, you assume these are probably like immature vermilith, like chrysalises, cysts, that are probably just kind of just drifting in the hopes that they hit a mineral-rich body.
Gotcha.
They can preemptive strike.
See if we can maneuver clear first, but we could shoot them down if needed. Is there a way to maneuver around them, or do
Yeah,
we want to?
You could try to move around them.
All right. All right.
Okay. Good lord. On a nat 20, you effortlessly are kind of edging your way through. You take extra caution knowing that you do have a payload of mineral-rich material. You're, like, hauling stuff from Severana's mining operations.
We're a giant flying smorgasbord for them.
That is correct. But on a nat 20, I think you breeze by that no problem, and you come to what appears to be Festus 1. At least according to your, notes from Severana. We actually used this map for a fight a long time ago, but I like the aesthetic of the colors. You see a strange swirling atmosphere of, there's like pink, purplish blue storms. Switching us over, hold on. And as you approach the planet itself, actually, I'm just going to turn off the grid right now for aesthetics. Or I can't turn off hexes? That doesn't seem right.
Is it on the map? Is it
I
on the
guess
physical
I
map?
might have saved it on the physical map itself. That's annoying. All right, well, whatever. Live and learn. Okay. As your ship, the Argent Horizon, begins to lower through the atmosphere, what are you guys attempting to do? Are you attempting to hail anybody? Are you scanning for places to land? What exactly is the move here?
Did Severana give us did she give us an idea of who her trader spoke with here? Is there?
She doesn't know anything about that. It seems like he ended up at a small, like, trading outpost. Maybe like a village. Kind of hard to say. But that appeared kind of like in the northern part of the planet. Not like North Pole, but like northern hemisphere. So you guys could either
Let's
attempt a
see if we-
perception check to scan around. You could attempt to hail like an open frequency. What do you guys think you'd do?
I think we could start out with a scan.
Right. Give me a perception check.
Just him or
If you're on the bridge, you can make a check. That is fine with me. Okay. On a 42, Rin, you're kind of analyzing the instruments, and it almost passes you by. Because you're looking for kind of like energy signatures, stuff that would indicate life. And there are weird fluctuating life signs all clustered together in this one spot. You would presume that's the trading post or the village or whatever this location is. Although it does not really come up on your sensors as like the typical type of like electric signals coming off of a normal space dock. But that is the only heightened set of signals you see in the northern hemisphere.
I'd point it out.
Upon him
Alright.
pointing it out, I mean, Ren points it out. I feel like you guys think it's probably a decent guess for what that is.
I think we'll go in and check it out.
All right. Are you attempting to just head straight there? Are you coming in from like a side? Just is there any difference in your approach?
I think I would just, for lack of a better term, fly casually. I think if I'd leave I mean, it's just I'm not coming in. I wouldn't want to come in looking like a hostile. I think we can try and open communications to see if there's any. I'd ask Yo. Actually, I'd ask Yo. Can you scan and see if there's anybody who's any open communications lines who'd be willing to try and talk with us?
All right, and just like before, you sitting in the I guess the communications chair and gives you the two right hand salute. Says, "Aye, aye, Captain." Start scanning.
All right. Yeah. If they give me a perception check for you as well.
I meant, well, okay.
Nope.
I would say also if you want to just try to broadcast something, you could attempt a diplomacy check as well.
I would say that's something I'm definitely better at. Diplomacy. Let's see here.
Okay.
I guess
pretty good
you'll be like
portraits.
Captain. What's the name of our ship again?
Argent Horizon.
Argent Horizon. All right. Well, Captain, with your permission, I'm going to open a communication channel.
Have at it.
All right. She'll flip switch. They'll flip switch. Say like, it's like, this is Yo, communications liaison for. Sorry, it's probably gonna take me a few sessions to name. One more time, please.
Argent Horizon.
Yeah. This is Yo, communications liaison for the Argent Horizon. Who am I speaking with? I'll go ahead and roll diplomacy.
Yeah, you're in a diplomacy check. Is it?
All right, 34.
There's a kind of pop and crackle of static for a minute, and then you hear someone speaking. Kind of, you don't really recognize the language. You're like, Estrella as well said, Herald. What do you say?
Here, anyone else in the bridge, I'll motion them over, and I'll mute my end and say like, anyone recognize that? I got no fucking clue what they're saying.
I'm just gonna reach in my pocket and pop a spell, a comprehend language.
You ooh, actually, how does it just let me see comprehend languages. Comprehend. Starfinder edition. Able to understand. Okay, it is spoken as well. There is a kind of like spiral of magic around the communication device. It's like magical sigil kind of surrounds it. And you hear crackling. This is a ship in the atmosphere coming in. You are from outside the system? Is this the case? Hello?
Is there a way we can communicate ES without?
Marcus, you're muted.
Sorry. Yep, I'm here. Yeah. So I guess Yo would say like, yeah, it's like I comprehend. Like, here, can they understand us as well? How does that work?
I think
No,
you would know
we
how
have
this
to-
spell works. That it doesn't. You could just try to say something. See what happens.
I just don't. We don't know what. I can understand what he's saying. I can't speak his language back to him.
All right. So I'll still on mute. I'll be like, Captain, what do you want me to tell him?
Yeah, just tell him we're in the atmosphere. We're bringing goods to trade.
Gotcha. Yo will press the button to unmute and say like, yes, we're from outside the system. We have goods to trade with the locals.
I am not quite understanding. It sounds like he's kind of like leaning away from the mic, and he's like, "It is." You hear him like, "It sounds like those people they were here a month ago, a month or so ago, perhaps a bit more. Can you get the quorum?" There's kind of like some scuffling, and you hear a newer voice, a bit of a deeper voice. He's like, "Hello, this is my name is Quorum. You are from, is it the Pact World? Is the planet you are from is Pact World?"
We are from within the Pact Worlds. Yes.
Ah, Pact
We're
Worlds, plural.
Yes.
You hear that he seems to be speaking, perhaps not flawless, but he's speaking common like the rest of you. Well, welcome. This is Festus 1. You are heading to our trading station, trading outpost, I think is how you would say it. Your ship is about what size of vessel are you bringing in here?
Well,
Just to confirm something, Ben, you said he called it Festus one?
Yes. Alright, sorry, Fesundus 1.
Okay.
I just said it wrong.
Just wanted to check.
I made up a lot of words for this campaign.
No, it's not a problem. What I wanted to check is if we were going to offend someone by calling it Fesundus and it was going to be some,
You've already fucked up? That was a deep insult?
I was so tempted when I heard like the French accent to be like, they're hostile. They're about to shoot on us.
He's
I
like,
say we're a large-sized ship. We have we have minerals and
oh,
mined metals that you may find of value.
oh, Yes, but that could perhaps have some value. A large ship. You kind of like hear like some shouting in the distance. He's like yelling at one of the other people there. He's like, we could accommodate a large ship. I will send you. Follow my signal, and there will be a landing pad. Welcome to Karachi Station. A pleasure to have you.
Understood. Thank you.
My
for having
name
us. Making it-
is Corum. I am station head.
My name is Shaw, the captain of the ship. Pleasure to meet you. Beginning our descent. So, alright, and I'll bring us in.
All right, you descend through this like crazy blue swirling, like multicolored cloud cover, and as you get lower to the planet's surface, you see, it is a very much like a jungle planet. The atmosphere seems hot, humid, lot of large tropical plant growth. You see there's a leveled out area without any trees or anything like that, kind of up on a bit of a plateau. And you see a strange collection of buildings. Indeed, some of them seem to be made of traditional building material, metal and stone and the like. Other buildings seem to be made of like carapace or chitin.
Interesting.
And as you kind of follow the signal, you see a landing pad up ahead. Again, the landing pad appears to be made of like this same chitinous, like blue hard shell material. And as you touch down, instead of like grappling like docking clamps, you see what appear to be, for lack of a better word, tentacles kind of go up and encircle your landing gear to lock you in place. You get the sense like this isn't like they're not locking down your ship, like imprisoning it. This is like just docking procedure.
Oh, that's weird.
As you,
I think
go ahead.
Refine is just fascinated with all of this and trying to take in as much detail about what's going on as possible.
Yeah, actually, Shaw will mention, will note to the VI, and I suppose also to, is Rin also typically working the science station?
Rin, do you think you'd be working in the science station?
Sorry. For what?
I was just curious because, like, one of the things I had discussed was getting readings on the planet. I was just going to instruct the VI to try and see what it could record and get as far as information about like the environment and stuff. I didn't know if that was something you'd want to do. I didn't know, but I know you talked a little bit about doing science stuff. I wasn't sure if that's what you were doing.
What's the VI? What check would it be, and what's the VI's bonus?
It would be computers typically. I seriously doubt it's as good as your bonus. Let me look. It's the art, the ship's character. Actually, it's plus 24.
That's pretty
Plus 26.
crazy.
Yours is crazier.
I've got plus 30.
Yeah.
Sorry, plus 31. I've got plus 31.
Insane.
Nix is the Matrix.
Can Nix do the computer check instead?
She could. You want to get data? Actually, yeah. If you were, wanted to get information on the system, that'd be perfect.
Sure. I'll use my 16 and take 47.
Okay. What exactly are you trying to figure out on this 47?
So
If you have a goal in mind.
I
It's
feel
pretty
like
fucking high.
we were trying to get as much data as possible, like on the environment of the planet. Is he like, if that had anything to do with like the organism that Severana showed us? Just like get some idea of like what environment they might engineer these things.
I think,
Okay.
if possible,
Mm-hmm.
Refine would more specifically be trying to figure out, like, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but
Okay.
are, like, one, is the planet itself alive, and two, are all of the buildings separate organisms?
Separate from each other, from the planet?
Yes.
And are you asking, like, is this a living... Are you thinking, like, Mogo, like, giant planet Green Lantern? Like, the full world is a creature?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just more trying to figure out if, like... I guess trying to figure out, like... Does it seem like... Like, what seems to be the size of the various type of... this sort of engineered thing, right?
Okay.
Is it like everywhere? Is it all built purposefully? Is it built like separately? Is it built? Is it more
think-
grown together?
I think on this high roll, with the portent, first of all, I mean, kind of like what Shaw was saying, you guys you start taking in data, like you're fucking recording stuff left, right, and center, on the sensors, on the science lab, or on the science, instruments. With those specific questions in mind, I think you don't see any immediate evidence that this is like one enormous planet-sized organism. That seems unlikely. You can't disprove it, but you don't see any direct evidence that is the case.
Sure.
As for the structures, like I was saying, some of them are more traditionally built, with like stone and metal, and like, presumably some equivalent of like cement. Like I'm not talking about like medieval-esque like stone stacked on stone buildings. Like these are like,
Yeah.
similar enough types of construction that you're like, okay, this is like a, our level of civilization construction.
Sure.
The more organic looking buildings in this area, on a 47, I think you can tell they're purposefully grown. However, you don't think they're living. You think they are purposefully grown into shapes of a shell. And whatever grew that shell presumably can shed them. And then they like move.
So kind of like a
entire-
hermit crab.
Kind of like that. But if the hermit crab grew its own shell every time, and they could,
Right.
and it like, if it was grown into like, we're growing this into a 2-floor fucking building with a balcony.
Okay. And do the tentacles seem to be like a part of the buildings, or are they?
The tentacles seem to be directly growing out of this chitinous landing pad.
Okay.
I would say on 47, you would think the landing pad itself is an organism.
Okay.
Some kind of like shelled creature that has these tentacles that it can extrude.
Got it.
Rather than like, it's not something living inside of a shell. It's one creature on the landing pad.
Got it. Okay.
I think you also, I'm giving you guys a lot of information here. Obviously, it's a good check. This guy Corum, he called this a trading outpost. Most of the, I mean, you guys didn't scan the whole planet, but of the big section you scanned, this was like the spot. And it's not very big. This is like, we're talking like, starship trading post size, like enough for a small community. Which will lead you to believe like this whole planet probably isn't bioengineered, because these people only have a small footprint on this planet.
Okay.
That being said, with how impressive this biotechnology is, I think Refine's gotta suspect that either that original guess of like they're on this planet using shit that's been left behind, or this is not all of them.
Okay.
With those questions answered, are you guys just heading off the landing platform?
I think we can go down and meet them. I would address Scythe on the way by. I was like, let's for rules of engagement, let's not try and pick any fights we don't have to. If somebody tries to attack us, I'll bet weapons are free. But otherwise, we need to get paid. Let's try not to antagonize folks.
Reluctant acceptance.
Remember, we get paid, then we can help you find more of your get you better equipped to help deal with your would-be doppelgangers.
I have to give you a nod to that.
Fair enough.
All right.
Let's see.
Okay. You guys disembark from the ship via the airlock, and you see waiting for you guys on the platform is a man with his arms crossed. He's got a big smile. He seems cheery. You see that his clothes are kind of like a yellow cloth. He's wearing some kind of like, almost looks like what we would call like a Kevlar vest. Some sort of pistol with a black grip on his waist. You see that he is like tall, dark, straight hair, tan skin, closer like a tan skin. We'll just stick with that description. I'm not gonna get too complicated. As you get closer, you realize this looks like the guy that was in the hologram that you guys saw from the Pillbug, and you see that his pupils, like sideways pupils, go across, and you see as he focuses on you guys, at first his pupils are like ours, and you see they kind of like adjust to the light behind you guys in the ship. Then you see they slip into slitted pupils as he looks you guys up and down. Then they go sideways into like goat pupils as he seems to look at you up and down again. You see he kind of like snaps his fingers, and this kid next to him kind of runs up with a tray, holds it up to you guys. You see he kind of says, these, they will help you understand what is going on here. You see this like brown and tan striped worms that are segmented. It was this is a Traducian annelid. It works like so. You see he turns his head sideways, and you see this annelid, which are like, that's a type of segmented worm. It has crawled behind his ear. The top of it has like a small like proboscis, very fine, that is like poking into his skin above the ear, and on its tail is another one of those fine needle appendages that is poking into his jaw. These will let you understand what everyone here is saying. I tried to give it to the last people that were here. They didn't want them. I thought it was a little odd. Anyone else give me like an insight check on that? A sense motive, excuse me.
I got this. Refine with the famously good sense motive. It's now up to 2. from -1.
Good heavens.
Nice, triple 11s. We love to see it. Oh my god.
I mean, I just don't trust anything this guy's gonna give me if it's poking into his
Yo,
his jaw.
I
or
imagine
his
on
face.
that,
on a
like,
on a
yo, his-
28, you can sense you get two things. One, this is a genuine gift that he's offering. It's not gonna hurt you. Two, he was like a little bit offended that the last group of explorers or like merchants didn't accept this. You think that was probably a cultural faux pas on their part because they were grossed out by the worms, and he was like, he and the people here were probably not enough to not trade with them, but were like a little insulted. Like, okay, you like didn't accept this cultural gift.
Yeah, I guess like to help smooth over, Yo will go ahead and take the worm and then start fashioning it like over, over their ear, and would be like, "Look, Captain, like, I know it seems kind of weird, but it's like if we want to get this job done, we gotta work with the locals, and it will help if we can understand them."
Shaw nods.
I think
What-
Refine. Sorry,
So-
go ahead.
It's like, what the hell? Technically, I'm part undead already, anyways. Because I have the necrograft.
Yeah, you got the necrograft in you.
So I'll go ahead and do the same.
Refine will go to take one, but we'll stop beforehand and just ask for me and our compatriot over there who is more metallic. Will they still function?
You see he frowns. He's like, but of course, why would they not function?
Well, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm a
you are
machine.
concerned because you have inorganic components.
I'm entirely. I mean, I think it would be more accurate to say I'm primarily inorganic,
Oh, you
With
and your
some organic components.
the angry-looking metal one. The two of you are synthetic.
Well, out of character, Ben. I don't know if androids would be considered synthetic. It says they're made of nanites.
Yeah, I think. I mean, here's the thing. This is a different culture. Who's to say how he's interpreting
Yes.
synthetic?
Yeah.
I think that's more the issue here. So I mean, up to you if
Yes.
you think Refine would be like. I mean, I don't know. I guess kind of a philosophical question: does Refine think that that's like organic and natural, or are you like, yeah? I mean, I'm kind of artificial, like they're nanites.
I think Refine thinks it's totally natural, but doesn't think it's like necessarily a compatible system, right?
Okay.
So Refine would probably say, debatably.
Oh well. It should. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The traducing
Refine
annelid
will-
will function. He's like, you see, the appendages at the end. He, like, begins to get so fucking technical.
Refine is listening eagerly.
I'm gonna say, give me a life science check.
Okay.
Make one.
I mean, you guys are all standing there. Everyone's into it.
Right, don't have a great thing, but I'll try it.
Refine and Rin. Definitely just Refine and Rin. The pair of you guys, to be clear, you don't understand what the fuck he's on about, but you understand enough that you're like, oh, this guy is like on the level of casual that like Ben in real life would be like, oh, hey, like, I got this, fancy new water bottle. The straw unscrews here. This is how you clean it. This is how I drink it. Like, he is so casually explaining a level of biology that is just fucking alien to you. Like, on a molecular level that makes no sense.
All right.
Like
Refine is still gonna take notes anyway to try and decipher it over time.
you try to write this like incredibly technical, like using like all these like strange, like the equivalent of like extremely like Latin scientific terms that you're like, I am just sounding this out. Like we're so lost.
Yep.
I'm gonna accept the worm, but I'm immediately just gonna put it into like a jar. And be like, thank you for the gift.
Refine will accept the worm and put it on immediately.
Refine. We'll get to the jar in a second. Refine it. You like place like hold it next. You feel like it's like wriggling its little body.
That's fine.
And you place it, and it goes and like locks in a place. You feel like a slight pinch. Like it doesn't hurt. Right above your ear, and then like into your jaw.
Sure.
And you feel kind of a pulse through your nanites. This thing has somehow synced up with your nanites to do what it's going to do to the organic people in your crew, which is translate.
Fascinating.
You think?
Yeah, Refine is.
I'd say since it's
very
literally
eager
on you, and I think Scythe would feel this too. Like, you guys feel that it is like somehow like there's some sort of electric currents it's able to release that is syncing this up.
My kind of concern is like Scythe doesn't have ears or a jaw.
So
I'm kind of wondering the semantics of this.
It's a great point. Hold on, let me pop up your art real quick and decide how best this looks. Okay. Honestly, I think like it just fucking wraps itself around those like copper rings around your red eye. So like one of them has like a little circle of bug around it right now.
Sure. It's a Todd Howard just work scenario.
Yeah. And look, hey, you feel it sync up to the electrical pulses in your body too.
Sure.
So everyone has one except Rin. Rin, do you still have comprehend languages going?
Yeah.
He sees you. Do you try to hide that you're putting it in the jar, or you're just like putting it away?
I'm just putting it in the jar.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Oh, do you not need it to? Oh, were you the one on the radio who was able to understand the prompts?
Yes.
Oh, how did you accomplish this?"
I have my secrets. Or I have my tricks.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Is it bluff check? Or...
I mean, I guess it could be a bluff check as well. You're kind of just like, yeah. Either way, in my head, the diplomacy was like, you're like, don't worry about it. He's like, okay. I suspect probably some form of arcana, but your guests, I won't push you on it. You said you had minerals to trade. Let's get down to business. And feel free to explore Karachi Station. Oh, and
delighted to see the thing.
Excuse me, I am so sorry. I should have done this once you all had your Traducian annelids in. Welcome, of course. This is a outpost of the great Emil Biocracy. It is a pleasure to have you in our lands.
Pleasure to meet you.
And that is
How do you spell?
You
Is
beat
that
me
with
to
an
it next.
A or an E?
the Emil Biocracy.
All right. I think Refine is just gonna say, my companions here tend to do the more deal side of things. I was wondering if I might be able to learn more about you and your people and all of this wonderful things you have. I mean,
You're hoping
I've
for
never-
a cultural exchange?
I would love to have a cultural exchange.
Oh,
I
very well.
grew up in the Drift. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Drift, but that's where
Of
I'm
course. You're familiar with the seas between stars?
Well, that is where I'm from.
Oh,
So I would love to do cultural exchange.
you are from within the Drift. Very interesting.
Yes. Yes.
We, of course, I mean, we have Drift-capable ships, just as you.
Do
Biological
you?
ships, perhaps?
Well, that's my question. Are they living ships? Or are they more like our ship?
Oh, no, nothing dead like your ship, a living ship.
Fascinating.
Ooh. I would love to learn more.
Likewise, we are.
Oh, there are many
the-
sizes of them. Small single-person biotic ships, grand dreadnoughts. There are some. Well, I understand that. Well, we don't know for sure, but I know that they travel greatly across the stars. You all are familiar with Amu or no, Oma?
Oma, that sounds familiar. This is out of character.
You guys can make a life science check or a society check.
My life science and my
I don't
culture
think
are both
society
now-
is a skill. Oh, it's
It's
culture.
culture.
Culture,
Yeah.
sorry, not society. Fuck me. So many almost the same skills.
Holy shit.
Okay. I think on all these high rolls, you guys not only know the colloquial name, but Refine, you fucking pull up a picture of one on your datapad. Give me 1 second. I will send you guys.
Refine doesn't actually really use a datapad. I need to update the art because
Oh,
Refine
okay.
has the engineering stuff, so it's just in her head basically.
Okay. You get a clear picture of it. The rest of you know that Oma are colloquially known as space whales.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I would say the true workhorse of the fleet of the Biocracy would be the Oma.
Fascinating.
Although, unfortunately, we don't have any of those wonderful beasts with us at the moment.
Be
That's
fascinating.
Yo would be.
Marcus, your mic is
Yeah,
going.
say that again. You kind of cut out there.
Sorry, like yeah, Yo would lead into your show and be like, "Workhorse, it's a pretty big fucking horse."
I didn't hear the last part. It's still robot-y.
It's a pretty big horse.
Oh, it's a horse. Okay. All right. I will say this like, well, your friends could deal with the merchants and make some trades. I don't usually do this kind of thing, but perhaps we could have some food at the cafeteria, the food area by the trading stalls, and I could tell you a bit more about our culture.
I would love that. Thank you.
And as he kind of leads you away to the food, you guys like get settled to like there's nearby merchants that kind of rush up to make these trades.
I'm guessing that they freak out when they see exactly how much stuff we brought.
Yeah, you see that like you kind of keep taking stuff out of the hold, and it's like more than should fit in your ship. And they probably begin to get a little interested. Up to you guys if you tell them what's going on, but like they're definitely like, whoa, what the fuck? Like these crates should not all fit in there. But as you guys unload and get ready to engage with these people at the Karachi station, the trading outpost of the Emil Biocracy, and talk with Corum, the head of the station head, about their culture, we will pick this up next Thursday and come back then.
All right.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll be back next week.